uh, 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 uh. Uh, uh, We in this bitch. Uh, uh, uh. Uh, 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 uh. Uh, uh, uh. What's happening, man? What it do? What it do? Mm, 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 mm. Evening, 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 everyone. Let me see if Rumble started up, man. Uh, oh, my damn Rumble stream ain't start because I started too late. Um, that's all right. We salute, man. Salute to Caleb West, man. Thanks for covering my city of Jackson. You're the only one that seems to give a damn. Hey, man, salute to you, man. I appreciate that, man. I do care about Jackson, man. Jafrica, man. I'm from Africa. Us Africans and us Jafricans gotta stick together, man. The African Jafrican Coalition, man. Um, salute, salute to the Nate Ways, man. I'm a through, man. Ricky Henderson, man. Yeah, man. I love ice water, man. Cold water, man. Cold water, man. Salute to CA. She says, I hit a Jackson, Mississippi sized pothole, and now I have no brakes. Brake fluid leaking everywhere. Oh, man. That's so sad, man. I'm sorry that happened to you. Man, that's crazy, man. We got a couple of them here where I'm at. I know where they're at, but it's sometimes it was one where I didn't. I thought I swerved it and I ran right over it, but I was only going like 40. Like if you're going like 40, it's okay. It still can slightly bend your axle or your bars, a bar between the wheels. It can bend that, but you hit that joint at like 60, 70, man, you in trouble. Ricky Bobby in the building. Man, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, man. We're gonna jump right into it, man. We go into the fuckery a little later, man. We probably gonna have a lot of people here tonight that aren't Op Nation. They may be, you know, people here just to hear about job, man. And listen, man. Salute to Tovita, man. Tovita dropping it big on the cash app. That's the type of love I like. She says, keep up the good work. Less cussing is good also. Well, you know what? You know what, Vita? I'll try to go 5 minutes without cursing for you, man. You gonna have a 5 minutes just for you for what you just dropped on the cash app. I'm gonna go 5 minutes without cussing for you, man. Uh, starting now. And salute, man. Listen, man. Yeah, man. Listen, man. Scott Adams is right, man. You don't have these type of problems, man, when you stay away from the sun, man. Where's the glider? Where's the glider players doing this stuff, man? I mean, no one ever thinks about that, man. Where the glider players doing this? Where are the gliders doing this? Uh, where are the gliders doing this? Where are they? Where art thou, man? Yeah, free Scott Adams, man. G-Fast, man. Gliders for Scott Adams. Jeefsa. 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 Gliders for Scott Adams, man. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? Gliders for Scott Adams, man. Jeefsa. Where Jeefsa at, man? Salute, man. Salute to all y'all, man. We got some new people here tonight. Moderators, man. Scorpion Squad, man. This is kind of like a this is kind of like a topic that transcends Op Nation. So Scorpion Squad, Scorpion Squad patrol the streets in your Chargers. I need all the Scorpion Squad members patrolling the street in your black Chargers, man. Your black Dodge Chargers. We need all the Scorpion Squad members patrolling the streets in their black Dodge Chargers, man. Cause some man ain't gonna like what I gotta say. You know that, man. Some man ain't gonna like what I gotta say about this, man. I wanna thank you, White Zaddy, for putting your love on me. You suspended. Hold on, man. Let me put Daddy up here, man. Adam Silver, man. Here we go, man. I want to thank you, White Zaddy, for sending your love to me. You suspended Ja Morant for 2 games, but it could have been 3. And I know it wouldn't happen without your love. Your love, without your love. Your love. Oh my God. I want to thank you, White Daddy, for sending your love to me. You suspended Ja Morant for 2 games, but it should have been 3. And I know it wouldn't happen without you, without you, without you. Somebody asked me, was that me singing on that song, man? On my song I released the other day, man. Somebody had the nerve to ask me, was that me singing? Hell no, that wasn't me singing, man. You crazy? I'm not a singer, man. That was not me, man. Yeah, make sure y'all check out that song, man. Oh yeah, let me let me let me Oh man. Yeah, man. We doing all right, man. We trying to get the views up, man. Let me drop the. Oh shucks. All right. Let me see something. Without you. Yeah, man. Spin that nigga, man. Suspend that Negro, man. Suspend that Negro, man. I'm all for that shit, man. Suspend that Negro, man. Get his ass up out of here, man. Thank you, White Zaddy, man. Thank you, White Zaddy, for spending this nigga, man. This the face of your league, man. This the face of your damn league. Some goddamn fucking wannabe gangbanger. What the fuck is going on, man? This the face of your league. This is the face of your fucking league. Some goddamn too big wannabe gangbanger. Salute to Eric S, man, coming through, man. Eric S been coming through a lot lately, man. Appreciate you, bro. Becoming an all-star, man. All pro, man. Eric S becoming all pro, man. Um, he said, "Am I racist, man?" Yeah, I'm racist, man. Heil Hitler, man. I'm racist, man. God damn it. Thank you, White Zaddy, for doing what this fool's father couldn't do. And getting his ass and this little fucking punk, man. Ja Morant. And listen, man, I'm not here to beat up on the guy because I know when I was 22, I had shit for brains, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I literally had shit between my ears, man. A fucking moron, man. Um, I ain't even gonna fucking lie to you, man. I was worse than Ja Morant. I was worse than Ja Morant, man. I'm a fucking idiot, man. I'm talking about like when I was like 15 years old, 14, 15, I was moron, man, stealing and shit, playing hooky. I'm not trying to fucking act like, I promise you, I'm not trying to act like I don't understand that he's got shit for brains. He's 23, right? He's 23. He's got shit for brains. But how come when a Sun Man got shit for brains, it expresses itself like this? And when other people got shit for brains, it express themselves differently, man. This is the Sun Man version of having shit for brains, man. Thank you, White Zaddy, man, for suspending this nigga, man. You might have saved his life, man. White Zaddy care about him, man. If this was black folk, man, we wouldn't have did shit. We just kept talking to him. Hey man, you need to stop doing what you're doing, man. Man, you need to stop that, man. You need to stop that, man. Stop that, man. Slow down, man. Slow down, man. This shit ain't worth it, man. Right into that motherfucker caught a bullet. Right into that motherfucker caught a bullet. Salute to these gliders, man, for caring about this boy enough to sit his ass down, man. Salute to these gliders, man, for caring enough to sit this fucking boy down, man. Yeah, man, you need to take a seat, man. No more basketball right now, man. You don't get to keep playing basketball acting like a jackass, man. Hit one if you up to date on the story. All the different issues this guy's been having. Hit one if you up to date on all the different fucking issues he's been having, man. Salute to Sidebrain, man. Joining as a member, man. Salute to you, man. A lot of people not up to date on this, man. This fucking kid, man. Well, this is all the talk, man. He all the talk of the internet, man. He's fucking. He need to sit his ass down. Sit your punk ass down, and yeah. No more basketball for you, man. You want punishment, man. You want act, you a kid, right? You young, right? Oh, you young. Okay, you young. Well, you on punishment then. You grounded. Ain't that what you do to young people? If when young people act up, you take their cell phone. I don't know what they do nowadays, man. Nowadays, you take the cell phone, kid, you take one of these kids' cell phone, they're fucking liable to kill your ass, man. But you know, you take the game console, take privileges and shit, right? Well, they acting like he a baby. Everybody keep talking about how young he is. Well, if he's young, then okay, you young, fine. Well, then you're grounded, motherfucker. You grounded. Thank you, White Zaddy, for grounding him. I want to thank White Zaddy for grounding him because this White Zaddy doing this, man. White Zaddy say, man, you grounded, man. White Zaddy said, you grounded, man. Salute to White Zaddy for grounding this motherfucker, man. Thank you, White Zaddy, for grounding him, man. I really appreciate that, White Zaddy.
NBA, where the Grizzlies have announced that Ja Morant will be away from the team for at least the next 2 games. This news comes after Morant flashed what appeared to be a gun on Instagram Live early Saturday morning. The NBA has also announced that it's opened an investigation into the incident. The Grizzlies star will miss a minimum of Sunday's game against the Clippers and Tuesday's game against the Lakers. For more, we welcome in CBS NBA insider Bill Ryder. Bill, interesting situation here, one that comes with some gravity because we're talking about a firearm and a star player, but it is important to clarify here off the top, this is a team-imposed punishment. Take us through what you know from the league side, how they could still levy discipline here on Morant.
Yeah, Joe, even before on his Instagram Live, Ja Morant flashed what we think appears to be, might be a gun. There are obviously questions surrounding his behavior. An excellent report from the
It was a fucking gun, you fucking moron.
Washington Post. I found public documents finding that there were 2 different allegations previously not reported involving Ja Morant and physical altercations. That in those situations, the supposed victims, alleged victims, also alleged that there was a gun that was used to threaten them by Ja Morant. We know the story about Ja Morant or someone in his vehicle at a game earlier this season pointing a red laser at someone, and the concern by the folks on the receiving end, it might be a gun. So there's been a lot of concerns about Ja Morant, his judgment, his behavior, whether or not there are firearms that have been a part of some of these situations. So for him to do this has raised a lot of alarms in league circles and certainly with Memphis. I don't know what the league will conclude, Joe, but you can believe they're going to use this opportunity to look long and hard into what is going on with Ja Morant with this story we're talking about now and the stories I just mentioned. And there's a hope that whatever comes down, if there's a more suspension or not, this young man can correct his behavior because he's obviously very, very talented and very important to what Memphis does.
And that is the hope here, obviously, from the human side. Seems like almost shades of self-sabotage at moments here. You're talking about assault and weapons allegations surfacing last week, as you said, then Friday night, this video early Saturday morning on social media. In your reporting the last few years surrounding the Grizzlies in Memphis, was there ever any indication that Ja's character decision-making might be an issue?
No, that's part of what's really that's part of what's really interesting about this entire situation is normally you hear about whispers of concerns with certain players when they're coming out into the draft and they're going to be a high pick like John Morant was, number 2 overall pick in his draft, or just when they start to play really well. And to give you an example, not firearms, but Luka Doncic. There were concerns about Luka Doncic and whether he partied too much and would put on too much weight and wouldn't be able to play at a high level in the NBA. I'm told that's one of the reasons that some teams passed on him. He's obviously been fine. Those are much less important concerns. Nothing that I heard on John Morant. No concerns at that level. He's been in the league for a while now. And so this has...
Think about this, man. This kid had no red flags coming out of college. And if you know anything about the draft process, especially when you're projected to be a high draft pick, they talk to your 3rd grade English teacher. They talk to your kindergarten teacher. They talk to the janitor at the neighborhood recreation center, man. They interview everybody because everybody's trying to find out if you're worth putting. Like this guy's got $200 million contract. White folks, some people just give you $200 million. White folk ain't gonna give you $200 million without fucking doing their due diligence. So they go into your background heavy. They couldn't find nothing coming out of college. All this behavior has apparently started since he's been in the NBA. What's up, Reese? What's up, Fisherman? How y'all doing, man?
Doing great.
That's great, man. What's going on, man? What's up, Reese? Oh, Reese must be. What's going on, Bill?
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Everything's cool, man.
It's cool here too. It's about 0 right now, so.
Oh man, that's great, man.
We had a nice day though. It's 40 something.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. This behavior started with this kid as soon as he got to the NBA, hanging with rappers and blase blah. And I think there's a piece of this. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to let this kid off the hook, but the culture in America has dove into the hip hop, the Blakistan, blackety black thug shit. All that shit is mainstream now. Black culture is mainstream now. Black culture is not a fringe thing like it was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, yeah, Yo MTV Raps, Rap City, and then other than that, everything else was Reese got playing in the background. The Rap City, but all that blackety black stuff was pushed into the fringes, man. You ain't had that shit in the mainstream, man. Now this shit is in the mainstream, and this kid thinking that he's just gonna be running around with guns and shit as like the face of the league. It's just, I mean, whatever happened to like an old rape case or something, like some shit dealing with a girl, like you fucking beat up your girlfriend, or you fucking some chick accused you of fucking sexual assault or something. This kid thinks he's just gonna run around and fucking be fucking Billy the Kid and shit. What the fuck, man? And a lot of that has to do with the culture, man. In my opinion, man. What do y'all think, man?
I'd say hip hop culture now is like the dominant stream of like culture in the youth, more so than pop or country or anything like that.
Yeah, man. I don't even listen to hip hop. Look at this, man. Right here today, Little Baby performed this song, California Breeze, at the MTV Kids Nickelodeon. No, not MTV. At the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. The Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. You got this fucking thug. This guy came out of prison, got a rap deal, and he blew up.
I've been traveling around the world, my people still ain't nothing fitness. She got everything I want, ain't no need it. You gonna have a little fun, ain't gonna trip, baby, I get it. Ain't mess around this game, wherever this plane land, I'm the littest. Turn your back on me, ain't even kept. If you need me, I'm still gonna be there, tell me. switch on who I went there. I'm prepared, I run stuff, get that clear. Heartbroken, can't drop no tears. I ain't never worried about another point that place on the business. I've been traveling around the world, my people still ain't nothing fitness. She got everything I want, ain't no needle.
This is at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice. Reese, man, you got the shit playing in the background heavy, man. Like your shit is on full blast, man. It ain't even like in the background. It's like, damn, I'm trying to figure out, is that my inner thoughts and shit.
Sounds like you were yodeling in a canyon.
Yeah, man. Let me read you the lyrics to this song right here, man. This song that this kid, this gangbang, he's a gangbanger too. This guy's part of a gang. He's part of what Y4L. He not part of Young Thug's gang, but he's a part of another gang in Atlanta. They're Crips. They're Crips. He's part of another gang. But yeah, listen to this. Listen to these lyrics that he's performing at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. Yeah, made it out the trenches. This type of life I can get used to. Number one on YouTube. Private dinner in Malibu. Show you how to work your stick. Ain't nobody gonna handle you. Put you in a phantom. Cause you my little boo. Ready for whatever. I tie up my boots. Everybody going the same route. So I switched up my route. Niggas ain't be what they talking about. So I switched up my crew. Acting like you love me, knowing it's flawed. So I'm gonna fake it too. What else I'm supposed to do? Aware of my surroundings. I don't fuck with y'all. Don't come around me. Baby switched up. How that sound? Like a nigga in his feelings? You can't name something I did flaw. I'm a dying breed of the realest. I ain't never worried about another nigga. So in that case, I'm the biggest. I've been traveling around the world. My pivot still ain't left the business. She got everything I want. Ain't no need to fuck with these bitches. You can go and have a little fun. I ain't gonna trip, baby. I get it. Ain't bullshit in this game. Wherever this plane land, I'm the littlest nigga there. Turn your back on me. I ain't even care. But it goes on and shit like that, you know?
Just a lyrical genius.
Yeah, he's fucking definitely a lyrical genius, man. Dropping bars, man.
Did I get rid of the echo?
Yeah, you got rid of the echo, man. You got rid of the back sound, man. Yeah, it ain't even an echo, it's just the playback.
Every time I go to make some music, I gotta switch up all the settings on the computer, all the audio settings. I keep forgetting to set them back before I go on the stream.
Oh, you making music like this, man? You dropping bars like this, Reese?
No, all the rap songs sound the same. It's all I'll kill you, I'll fuck these bitches, and I got a bunch of haters around me. I got it out the mud. It's all the same shit.
Yeah, but is this appropriate at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards?
I think not.
Well, that one son kid just shot his teacher and he was 6, so maybe it does apply to them.
Whoa.
Yeah. He says, and it wasn't even that deep, but that's just how it be with me. I can't lie. She be fucking me good. But girl, you fuck me better. I'm not surprised that you stereotype me to be a little guy, but if I can have a second of your time trying to elevate your mind. So he
Hey, look, they teaching them about gender and booty holes and stuff in middle school, so
yeah, man. Wow. So yeah, that's the song that they playing. That's the song. And look at these little kids going crazy for this.
You gonna have a little fun, ain't gonna trip, baby, I get it. Ain't mess around this game, wherever this playland, I'm the latest. Turn your back on me, I ain't even kept. If you need me, I'm still gonna be there. Tell me.
These little kids, man. Them little kids that
I
know
went
this.
there.
They have no idea what's going on.
Get back here.
Trust me. He's saying they know these shit lyrics. They know that shit word for word.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they don't really know what the heck that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Ain't never worried about another. California breeze, take out the E. Stop at a little party, end up at the big house. I can't mess with Shawty, cause she got a big mouth. Put up in a Rari, hop out like a big dog. Get myself together, feel like I got it since 2 years off. Put on my schedule, I ain't rich enough and chill out. Now with you and me, I can't lie. You be doing me right, but girl, you do me better. Not surprised you stereotype me, bitch. What it is.
At least his dances are fully clothed, though, so I'll give him that, man.
Yeah.
Dances had some clothes on.
For now.
Yeah, but this is
I'm saying just wait till they run it next year. 2 years from now, then what will it be?
Yeah, this is just if they're playing this at Nickelodeon and the fucking face of the NBA is running around whipping out gats and shit everywhere. This I mean thank you, White Zaddy, though, for sitting this little fucker down, though, man. What you think, Reese, about that, man? You think you happy they sat this little punk down, man?
I didn't know he was on some corny shit. I actually was a fan of this dude. This dude ball hard, yo.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I love his game.
I'm mad at him, yo. I'm shocked.
We wouldn't know who he was if he ain't had no game.
Right.
Yeah, he put up 41 points the night he was indicted, so that's, you know.
Yeah, we don't know. We wouldn't know anything about we wouldn't know anything about this if this guy wasn't a fucking but let's see this, man.
Showdown at the top of the Eastern Conference, Milwaukee and Philadelphia tonight. Stephen A. Smith, Jalen Rose, I'm Mike Greenberg, Michael Wilbon, and Adrian Wojnarowski will join us in just a moment as we begin with the latest developments in a story that has been developing all day and certainly has the entire NBA world talking and beyond. The Memphis Grizzlies announced that Ja Morant will be away from the team for at least the next 2 games, shortly after the NBA announced an investigation of a social media post in which Morant appears to be holding a gun. The video was posted early this morning at a nightclub. If the NBA concludes any wrongdoing, Morant could face punishment from the league. Now, ahead of this video surfacing on Instagram this morning, Morant and...
I apologize, Zach. I'm sorry, man. I'm in the hills in Northern California, man. I got bad reception. You know, I'm a rich son man.
Well,
it sucks.
What do you think about this?
Well, I don't know if you saw my live chat, though, but I got some inside info on Ja Morant, you know.
Go ahead, man.
Well, yeah, Ja Morant's running with the Grape Street Crips in Memphis, Tennessee, you know.
Oh, he running with the Grape Street Crips in Memphis, Tennessee.
They're so deep out there. They're bigger than the set in L.A.
Wow.
They are. I'm from L.A.
Yeah. No doubt. I got you. So,
I'm snitching.
Nah, yeah. I guess so. I guess you are snitching. But I didn't even know that they was that deep in
Well, I think Memphis has such a high murder rate right now. All the LA gangs took over out there to sell drugs, and now it became more gang banging like the 80s out there.
Well, hold on. Memphis has always been like that, man.
Nah, they didn't have no gangs till like the late 90s, though.
No doubt. But it's a son. It's 65% son.
It wasn't like that till the LA gangs came in there, though, and the Chicago gangs too, though. They got by source and gangster disciples out there too.
Yeah, GD.
That's all it is, though. It's simple son man shit.
Yeah, but the Crips are not like, we gotta stop looking at the Crips as if they're like something other than a group of sunmen.
Well, no, it's all about the uniform, though. Like I said, that's the only difference from the Bloods and the Crips and the other gang. We have a uniform to wear.
Right, exactly. So that's good to know that he's running with the Grape Street Crips, because those ties right there.
We'll get him killed.
Exactly, but it's also hard to cut those ties too.
Oh no, he's the hood love him out there. Like I seen him in the club in Las Vegas. You know, I'm a Sunman blood. so
Mhm. Right.
so he's from the other side, but we weren't having no static with him, but we knew he was with certain people that we know. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Right. No, I got you. I completely got you.
Nor his associates have been under investigation by police or the league for their connection to a number of incidents. The Washington Post detailed 2 situations last summer in Memphis where Morant faced accusations, but in both cases, no charges were filed. The league also investigated an incident on January.
Go ahead.
Well, just look at all these incidents in the last year.
Yeah, and especially when you spend a lot of time practicing and playing games and traveling and doing fucking drops and doing fucking speaking engagements and
Yeah.
tearing at camps. Think about
Alumni
how
appearances.
occupied his time is,
Oh yeah, he's busy.
and he's still getting into all this shit.
He has the wrong people around him. But he came from a good family though too. That's
Exactly.
the sad part about it.
Exactly. He came from a great family. His dad.
If he was just giving back money to Memphis, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If he was just giving money back to Memphis, like even men these dudes and pin them up on, I hate the Sunmen like to call it programs, but like starting businesses or whatever, and changing people's lives. But now you want to hang out with these dudes and get involved with their lifestyle where you're not from that.
Yeah, and those dudes, and
They're terrible. They will kill you.
Yeah, this is one thing that I try to do on this channel too, and a lot of people.
That's why I fuck with this channel, because you're a real son, man, that speaks the real shit.
A lot of people are surprised when they come here because I'm not.
You're from DC, you know about it. I'm sorry to cut you off again.
I'm not telling.
I know about the area you're from. It's real over there.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not here telling Sunmen. I'm not telling gliders, tigers, hombredos to act tough with Sunmen or meet them with the same energy that they meet you with, or get your gun and if you see something with some shoot his ass. I'm telling you to avoid these motherfuckers.
For real, blood. This is the ghetto
because
you will get killed out here for no reason.
Yeah, it's like people get upset with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I push back against that. Just shoot down every time you see a Southern man. Pull your gun out, and start shooting. Nah, man, you want to fucking avoid them.
Yes.
Sun Tzu always. If you ever read the Art of War, you read the Art of War?
Of course.
Isn't it amazing how much of that book is about avoiding conflict?
Oh yes, and if you go to mainland China during that time, they're killing each other for no reason too.
Yeah.
The tigers had to evolve. We haven't evolved yet though.
Yeah, it's avoiding conflict.
They were all high too. Remember that they were all high.
We're high too.
That's what I'm saying. There's similarities. It's the same thing.
They're on the heroin and they're on heroin and opioids and all that from thousands of years.
That was a little later. Like the opiate, they weren't on it like they were like in the 1800s.
Well, they were smoking like hookah and stuff. That was enough back in the day with some bad alcohol too.
Yeah, but this is it.
My dude from Philly's still in here too. Yeah, Reese. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, nah. You, Ack, and Mayo are the reason I watch the show because y'all just work in sync so much. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man. Salute. Yeah, it's just funny though that like
people don't realize this is the inner city. Marvin Gaye made a song about this in 1968. Makes me want to holler. Throw up on my hands for real.
Yeah, no doubt. But this guy right here he's when you have that much money and you're around. Like, think about this, Kyrie. Look what Kyrie got cut off for. Kyrie got cut off for a tweet, right?
Yeah, which is all bullshit in my opinion. But go ahead.
Whatever. But if this guy don't think that they'll cut his ass off for this type of shit, like they will cut ties with his ass quick. Nike will. He got a deal. His shoe coming
Nah,
out.
as long
Right?
as you don't kill somebody, he's all right.
Nah. He got the shoe coming out, right? The shoe.
Now you just can't say nothing about the small hassle of the LGBT though.
I got you. But I bet you they put the shoe release on hold. I guarantee you.
Nah, that shit gonna sell like hotcakes.
You think they're gonna still release the shoe on time?
Of course.
Okay, maybe because they're gonna capitalize on the
exactly. He's a trendy topic. People love him. You see the defense on the internet.
No doubt.
That's real. They love him doing this stupid shit. It's if he was from there, I can understand, but he's not.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that.
January 29th between Morant acquaintances and the Pacers traveling party, which the NBA could not corroborate. Now the league is investigating this IG video. From the desert in Scottsdale, Arizona. And very quickly, I will just show you, we say that he's going to miss at least 2 games. Here's the Grizzlies' upcoming schedule. For what this is worth, obviously, it's a story that goes well beyond and beyond. Has thoughts on. Stephen A., we'll start with you. What are yours?
Well, I want to first say that I want to preface my comments by saying that I'm really proud of the statement that Ja Morant put out. It was necessary. It was apropos, no doubt about that. And I want to make sure that Ja Morant, his family, his friends, and everybody understands that all of us up here are fans of his. And anything that we say, myself, Wilbon, Jalen Rose, Woj, anybody, we're saying it in the best interest of his future. I covered Allen Iverson for the first 10 years of his career, every day. And when I tell you that was a beat in and of itself, Woj knows what I'm talking about with that. Everybody knows what I'm talking about there. It was a different level, okay? But when you look at Ja Morant, the one thing that I find incredibly alarming, there was so much stuff that Allen Iverson took hits for that had nothing to do with him, but everything to do with the company he kept. And because from the streets, very loyal, ain't diming out anybody, he take a lot of hits. In this particular instance, that's Ja on film. That's Ja that you see on the TMZ video.
Yeah, and here's the difference between him and Allen Iverson for me. Allen Iverson was a 17-year-old number one, not number one, but top-ranked quarterback in the country. He was one of the top high school quarterbacks in the country. He was one of the top high school point guards in the country. And he was sitting in prison doing a bid, doing a 3-9. And if it wasn't for John Thompson, who convinced the judge to let him come to Georgetown, he would have been in prison until 1999. You know what I'm saying? 1998 or some shit like that. Later than when he got drafted, right? So Ja came into the league, as the guy just said, with no red flags. They couldn't find any red flags about him. In his, none of the teams, all 30 teams, looked into his background because he was the projected number 2 pick. They couldn't find anything about him. Allen Iverson was in prison at 17. In prison. So they're 2 different backgrounds, man, when you talking about Allen Iverson and Ja Morant.
He had no choice but to own that, to be honest with you. And so I applaud him for embracing that. But when you bring into account the other incidences, let me look in the camera and say what I'm about to say to Ja Morant. You are a superstar. You're 23 years old. You got a deal that kicks in next year that could exceed $231 million over the next 5 years. And on this show, on national television, there's you associated with police. Think about that for a second. And then ask yourself, is it really, really worth it? You know the answer to that, bro. It's not worth it. You're a superstar basketball player. You represent your organization. You represent your family. You represent your city. You've got to be mindful of all of that. It's never off. And so many times we don't tell these players this. NBA has off-duty police officers. They've got connections with the FBI. They got connections with everybody. The NBA knows what you're doing. They know who you're doing it with. They know where you are. They know how you're conducting yourself at all times. Don't think they're not watching. They're always watching. And when I get upset is that all of us, Jalen's from the streets of New York, Detroit, I'm from the streets of New York City. You know, we know this kind of stuff. We know the kind of things that people fight just to protect the few dollars they have. What do you think an organization is going to do to protect their multi-billion-dollar investment? They will spare no expense. They will do whatever they can. So I want him to be mindful of that, be aware of that, understand that you're in a different stratosphere. You got to conduct yourself properly. I'm going to say it to his boys as well. I had the pleasure of meeting them in Dallas this summer. I think good dudes, hearts in the right place. They mean them no harm, but you got to step up and be protective of yourself and be protective of him by the way you conduct yourself. That laser that was allegedly pointing at the Indiana Pacers, you can't have.
Now, about this laser that was allegedly pointing at the Indiana Pacers, what happened that night is Ja got into it with Halliburton, one of the point guard from Indiana, and they got into it on the court, you know, the little NBA fight where they do the little bullshit. And after the game, there was more in the fucking where the buses leave. It's like a big area where the buses teams get on their buses and go to the airport. And it was a big thing back there. And then his entourage got into it with the Indiana Pacers. Who here hit one if you carry lasers around with you everywhere you go? Or hit one if you just carry a laser around? Chat. In the panel, does any of you guys just carry a laser around? Because they're saying it was allegedly a laser. Anybody on the chat, anybody in the panel carries a laser with them? Nobody? So it's safe to assume that was a beam on a gun.
I got one attached to some Nerf guns, whatever I said, airsoft. I got some airsoft ones.
Yeah. So it was
not just a pocket laser like for the cat.
Yeah, it was a gun. It was a gun.
Exactly.
They trying to still make it seem like it could have been possibly something else going on there. But who carries lasers around?
My cigarette lighter has a laser, but after about 20 feet, it ain't no good.
Stuff like that coming on. You can't have stuff. And last but not least, his dad, to T. Morant. Nothing but love and respect for you, sir. You are his daddy, not his friend. His daddy. I'm not saying you can't be friends, but you're his father. And so when we see this kind of stuff going on, all of y'all get lumped in because it ain't just a 23-year-old Ja Morant that needs to protect himself. It's all of you who love him.
What do y'all think about the Black Father? The Black Father going to come back.
His dad ain't got nothing to do with this shit. That's all on him.
The Black Father going to come back and save the community, though. What you think about that, man? We need more Black Fathers in the homes, man. What you think about that?
Well, we got the worst woman, so it's hard.
Didn't his father have to intervene for him versus Shannon Sharp just 3 weeks ago? 2 or 3 weeks ago?
I mean, yeah.
You cannot blame his father on this. He has a great father. His dad saved him from getting his ass whooped plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does have a good father, man. I'm sure he does, man. I'm sure he has a great father.
Why do you think he's on the road with him? That's how you know he's a bad son, man. If you got your daddy on the road with you every fucking weekend.
Yeah, his dad's with him dad with him all the time.
Was his dad gonna kill somebody over him? Hell no.
I'm not talking about kill someone. I'm talking about
you have to in the Sunman community.
Yeah, that's true.
Dealing with this nigga.
But I'm talking about as far as like if your dad is all black people talk about the last few years is single mothers and we need fathers and this person is this way because they ain't have a father and this person this way because they did have a father. No. Well, this guy's got his father not only with him, but his dad's like basically part of the entourage.
Oh yeah, his dad may be with all the bullshit too. He might be loving it too. They just finally came up in the Sunman game.
There's a small chance that his dad is affiliated He just, got
He's
his life
not.
together.
He's
or
not.
whatever.
He's not.
No.
He comes from a great household in a
Okay.
small town
Yeah.
in South Carolina.
Yeah, he comes from a great. He's a good kid. He's a great kid.
Great kid. He's never gotten to know.
Did you hear the NBA? None of the NBA teams
Yes.
found nothing in his. They couldn't find nothing on him.
The best
And
fucking
now-
household that any American can dream of. He lived an American dream until he moved to Memphis.
Yeah.
And now this kid can't move without fucking up. So either
He's scared now.
Somebody
Probably.
was babysitting him the whole time and keeping him
I think he's scared.
Well, here's the thing: he wasn't that big of a recruit to be.
He played with Zion Williamson in the AAU. He was overshadowed.
Yeah, well, he only got a scholarship to Murray State.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a top prospect. If he was a top prospect, he would have gotten Kentucky, North Carolina.
Yeah.
All those teams would have been looking at him. Even
Murray State's in Tennessee, right?
Yeah. It was Kentucky. I think.
Okay.
One of them, but he would have gotten even fucking Villanova or fucking
yeah.
like UCLA's like nobody gave him a scholarship except for
Murray State.
And this is with no red flags. This is just he was just a late bloomer.
He played on the same AAU team as Zion Williamson. He was overshadowed.
Yeah. Let's see.
Dalzell, South Carolina. When the Morant family moved to Memphis from their hometown of Dalzell, South Carolina, they brought with them a 19-year-old Ja, who would soon blossom into the Grizzlies superstar we all marvel at today. But also along for the ride, his younger sister, Tanaya. Up until recently, she played basketball for Houston High School. She is the latest Morant flying under the radar, but with some help from her father, is hoping to be the next one to make it big. Before reaching all-star status on the hardwood, Ja Morant cut his teeth on a much harder surface.
I played on concrete all my life.
His father, T, worked him tirelessly every day in their backyard court. It's how he launched his firstborn to basketball stardom. Now T is working on another.
Knock it down.
You have the walls and the roof this time. You don't have to be out in the backyard.
All right. I love the backyard.
Meet Tanaya Morant, a junior at Houston High School and the younger sister of Ja. She stands at 5'7", but like her brother, her smaller stature doesn't stop her from taking on anyone. In an open gym, she'll seek out games against the boys.
Because I feel like if I can beat a boy, I can definitely beat a girl. Some girls just play basketball for fun. I take basketball serious.
A family trait ingrained in South Carolina. In some ways, T says Tanaya is
The woke mob ain't like that when she said, if I could beat a boy, I know I could beat a girl. They cringed when they heard that shit.
out games against the boys.
Because I feel like if I can beat a boy, I can definitely beat a girl. Some girls just play basketball for fun. I take basketball serious.
A family trait ingrained in South Carolina. In some ways, T says Tanaya is easier to coach than Ja.
You just can't make a left-hand layup. And you make an excuse about it.
She would be out in the back working with Ja, but they took it differently. Like if I fuss at Ja, he'll go tell on me. Tanaya be like, oh, whatever, man. You know, she'll have hers and just brush it off. You know, Ja hold his for a minute.
Ja was holding a grudge if you were saying something to him?
Yeah, he'll be upset and, you know, go tell on me.
To your wife?
Yeah, Tanaya just go in the house, change clothes, come back out and watch me work the other kids out like, oh, well, put her earphones in.
I can take it.
Ja couldn't?
I mean, I never knew. I can take it because I know it's just like you're motivating me to be better. You're helping me be better.
Undersized and overlooked. That defined Ja's career before he landed at Murray State. A week shy of her 17th birthday,
Good.
Tanaya is still waiting on her first offer.
Stay with it.
Are we starting to see the same story here with Naya?
It's almost like the same job effect as far as she's wondering, you know, when are some scholarship offers or, you know, more interest gonna come in, you know. But I mean, just like I told you got to do the same thing as far as just put in the work. It'll show.
To get there, T has taken an unusual step, pulling his daughter off her high school team mid-season.
Good job.
He'll train with her instead ahead of this summer's AAU circuit.
Good shot.
I don't think I saw enough, you know, progress in her game. So, you know, we took a step back.
T did the same with Ja when he felt an AAU coach's favoritism
was stunting his growth.
I was like, "You good?" He was like, "He messed with my confidence." No, go take your uniform off. I can't let nobody mess with confidence, and I think that's what the same thing that was happening with Tanaya. So I saw that cycle again, and I was like, "Nah, I got to protect her from that." So that's another reason why I pulled.
I mean, come on, this is a great father, man. This phenomenal father, man. Right? It don't fucking matter. There's no solutions, man. There are no solutions. There are no fucking solutions. Period.
You ask me, he sounds like the Joe Jackson of college basketball.
How can you? I mean, this is a great father. Fantastic. You got to fucking, I mean, top 1%, man. What more can you ask for? Married to your mom, live in the house with your mom. What more could you ask for?
Nothing more. He lived better than 90% of kids in America.
Right. This is a great fucking dad, man. Phenomenal, man.
Yeah, but those are the same parents that push their kids too hard, and the kids end up fucking hating whatever it is that they started enjoying.
Oh, I never thought about that. You brought up something though.
That's what I'm
brought
saying.
up
That's why I
something.
call them the Joe Jackson. Remember
Michael
and them? He made Michael Jackson take them hormones
Michael Jackson still wasn't embarrassing the family though.
so
Until
that his
the later
voice wouldn't
allegation
change.
though.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
I like that viewpoint though. That's real.
This guy, he doesn't look like the type to push him hard. He's pushing him hard, but he's not. There's no indication that he's pushing him like Joe Jackson hard.
Yeah.
There's no indication of that. I'm just seeing the father that's pushing him, hard, but he ain't like depriving them of food and shit.
It
like
did
that.
look like basic basketball training too. So it didn't look like no crazy drills,
Yeah, no.
Right, but you also know he's not going to go and pull out some bullshit in front of cameras. I mean, he's not crazy. Even if he's an asshole, he's not stupid.
Well, he's black, so he can do whatever he wants to do.
He can work him to death if he wanted to.
If there was something like that going on, it would be an indication of that.
Yeah, for real.
It's not. I mean, I'm just not seeing any context.
Yeah.
You got something crunching in your background. You gotta be careful about that, John.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is. Well, you got a bag of chips or some shit. I don't know what's going on.
No, too much volume.
Oh.
With Tanaya. So I saw that cycle again, and I was like, "Nah, I got to protect her from that." So that's another reason why I pulled her. Like, yo, let's put this work in over here, so it'll be seen later on.
This happened with Ja too, and he's able to get to where he wanted to go. Does that give you like a sense of comfort with what you guys are doing now?
He knew it was right in Ja's situation, and he knew it was right in my situation. I'm not gonna lie, I was losing love for the game playing school ball. It's like I felt like there was no hope in me, but him, my mom, my brother, they all make it known that I can get to where I want to be. I just gotta work.
T is planning to hold camps this summer for Memphis area girls who, like Tanaya, have not had much exposure.
12, good shot.
But as the spotlight turns on to the younger Morant, she asks to be able to shine in her own light.
I don't want people to compare me to him just because he's him. I mean, yeah, we work out together, we do whatever together, but like, I'm still my own person at the end of the day.
Her path, her story, her turn.
Okay. Hey, man. Great family.
I'd be in the NBA if I had a parent like that.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, man.
I had great parents too. Those are great parents.
Yeah, man. I mean, I had a great mother, man. And then, when my stepfather came along when I was a teenager.
Yeah, so you had a male influence.
We had issues now.
No, you want to kill him, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, he imparted a lot of wisdom in me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of support and a lot of just like father. He treated me like a son. But
I'm a 1% son, man, so that's why I got a viewpoint on everything. I appreciate you for. I'm a 1% son, man.
What's that mean? What does that mean? You one drop rule?
Well, no, my dad was a gay member, but we grew up in a 2-parent household, so I know everything.
Oh, okay. Your dad was a gay member. Wow. Yeah. See, my dad wasn't. I didn't even know my dad. I didn't meet my dad until I was 15, and then I
Imagine
got
being a
around.
gang member with a lot of money, like the Snowfall show,
Mm-hmm.
and your parents are married, and you have everything in life.
Wow,
That
that's
that is
crazy.
crazy.
Wow, yeah, that is crazy, man. That's bananas, man. Let's see what these hood stars and these Crips in Memphis that Ja's hanging out with now.
Oh yeah,
South
he's
Memphis,
active.
man. DAG, man. KCG. 817 day. When you stepping out here, cuz, you taking a gamble out here, man. All the red lights.
Heard that, Ja? You stepping out here, you taking a gamble, man.
He's dealing with fire.
817 day. When you stepping out here, cuz, you taking a gamble out here, man. All the red lights.
They have two big
Stop
sets out
signs
there.
blowing.
What's the sets?
It's Kitchen Crip and Grave Street, and those are both gangs from Watts, California.
Are they both beefing or they together?
They beef against each other.
Yeah, because Crips do that. That's the Crip thing, right? Where they
In LA,
Crips,
yes.
yeah,
Like
Crips,
I said, I'm from South Central LA. That's where I was
yeah,
born.
Crips beef with each other and
Mhm.
Bloods. They beef with
No,
each
the
other.
Crips are worse than the Bloods. That's what people don't realize. In California, the Crips kill more. The Bloods and the Crips are actually colder than the Crips versus the Crips. It's disgusting.
Damn.
Yeah, because I know the tray eight trays in the 60s.
Rolling 60s, the neighborhood versus the moving car. So I could break down every LA gang or California gang aspect. It's
Hey, I got a question for you, Jonathan.
Go ahead.
How do you guys out in the West feel about these East Coast guys call themselves Crips and Bloods for the past 20 years?
It was bad at first, but now we respect it because some of those cats have actually, like I said, checked in, unfortunately. Even though I don't believe in that checking in shit.
I don't even know what that means.
They come out there to the West Coast like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they will, because you got social media now, so you can tap in with different gang members, you know?
So they get a stamp of approval from the guys in the West.
As long as they learn about the literature, and it's unfortunate literature, but at the end of the day, though, it's all just fucking some West Side Story shit. That's how it started.
Yeah.
With leather jackets and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
It hasn't hit us yet, yo. I don't think that culture won't survive here.
Well, no, it's going to be around forever, unfortunately, because we have a uniform.
Philly is different, though. We won't tolerate.
They don't have no gangs out there, I heard. It's all cliques and streets.
Listen, Philly is...
I heard there's some Bloods out there, though.
We got gangs on all sides of us. Camden, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, and Allentown and all that.
They have Bloods and Crips in Philadelphia, though? I don't know.
Nah, I highly doubt it because this is the one city in America
that's what I'm saying.
where
Yeah,
that shit will not fly.
It will not fly out there.
The 16-year-olds over here would kill it in a week. It'd be over.
Yes, as they should.
Wow.
New Orleans, the Bay Area, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia.
Camden is red and blue.
Well, yeah, that's the East Coast.
Yeah, that's right across from Philly. Like the Bloods and Crips are right across the bridge,
But they will never let that happen over there. As
the
they
culture
should.
will never come over there. Well, it won't make it. It will never evolve.
It shouldn't.
Too much going on.
It's too much cancers already. Why you need one more?
Right.
This shit is sad. We only got the uniform though. That's different from the West Coast. That's why Clips and Bloods are so popular, is because of the uniform. That's why I tell people. There's gangs in every city. But New Orleans, Philadelphia, Miami, Washington, D.C., Baltimore.
We don't have
Oakland.
that, DC, but here's the thing, though.
It's the same shit. There's no uniform.
Well, no, it's a little bit different because in DC you got cliques and crews.
Yeah.
So it's literally
It's the same shit as the Crips and Bloods, though. There's no uniform.
No, hold on. It's the guys you grew up with.
Of
it's
course.
the guys from your neighborhood. But the gang culture, you don't have to grow up with nobody.
No, that's why I try to tell people, because I spent my life in the Bay Area and LA. So in the Bay Area, there's no Crips and Bloods either.
Mm-hmm.
and I spent my life in. I was born South Central, and I spent most of my life in Compton and Watts.
Mhm.
Then I moved to the Bay Area too because my mom went to San Jose State, so she moved us out here. So I
Yeah.
spent, I'm about to be 40 years old in a couple years. I'm 2020 basically.
Right.
So California is split. Like there's no Bloods and Crips in Northern California.
Mm.
There's only them in Sacramento and Fresno and Stockton. But that's not the Bay Area though. The Bay Area is like Philadelphia and Washington D.C. and New Orleans and Miami, like cities, like it's all cliques, just people street to street. But the Bloods
Yeah.
and Crips in L.A., they're the same though. They just have a uniform. When I say a uniform, I mean the color to wear.
Oh, okay. So they just hoods, but
Yes.
but you got to choose one. The hood, you got to
No,
choose
everything
one.
is the same though from coast to coast. That's what I try to tell people. D.C. is the same as Chicago. Chicago is the same as Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is the same as San Francisco. Houston, Texas is the same as Portland, Oregon, Seattle. It's all the same.
Yeah. All right.
It's all cliques.
It's dark. Do not stop there. Now y'all see what's going on. On the chop. Y'all surviving to eat. We surviving to eat.
Crazy.
They be making the hood look fun when the hood vlog dude come around. They be making the hood look, I love fun. The hood be boring and shit. But man, listen, man,
That shit boring.
Shit look fun. It'd be funny. I hope people don't see this and know that, like, they know he coming. You know what I'm saying? With the cameras and shit. So they putting on their best. It's like when your mama, like let's just say company coming over. Your mother make you clean up and she clean your room and shit, clean the bathroom, clean the baseboard, clean up, mow the lawn and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to do like, damn, man, fuck them people. Who care about them people, man? Why you trying to bless them people? Nah, mom, like, you gotta clean everything up, man. Man, my wife, we had the fucking man coming up. The plumber was supposed to come today. She had me cleaning up everything. I'm like, damn. The plumber? We gotta clean the house for the fucking plumber to come in? Shit.
Made a quick stop in Memphis on the south side over here. What's going on? Oh, she's over there. Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Hey, 7th Street. The nigga ain't flag crib, no airport trip. Hey, wait, to get some money 7 days ago. Yeah, shout out to my parent name Unite.
Shout out Hood Vlog, KCG. 8 months, 7 days.
Leadership been going on today, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna go back to the pool, nigga, you know all that. You feel me? This shit crazy. You go to the pool party, cuz that shit on that line. You know what I'm saying? In Mississippi, you feel me? In the Crooked.
South Memphis, man. BAC, man.
Made a quick stop out here in South Memphis with the kitchens. And we gotta keep moving.
Yeah, you gotta get the fuck up out of there, man.
Ain't no Mexicans in Memphis.
Yeah, I got too much camera equipment. This equipment costs too much.
Nah, it's no Umbritos in Tennessee, really.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the city of Memphis, man. You know what I'm saying? What they say, making easy money, pimping hoes in style. You know what I'm talking about? But for the most part, bro, we just be kicking shit, man, living life, enjoying life. We having a pool party, so look, everybody.
No white supremacy. It's funny, the educated ones with 15 degrees that are professors in fucking Ivy League schools, all they talk about is how hard their life is.
Oh, they're living the best life out there.
These motherfuckers is chilling, man.
Oh, they
But
love
for the
it.
most part, bro, we just be kicking shit, man, living life, enjoying life. We having a
Look at
cool
everybody
spot, so
smile.
look, everybody gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? What you see right here, ain't no. We securing the spot now. You know what I'm talking about? So nigga think you gonna pull up on that bullshit like it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Everything positive is always coming with a negative. Everything come in duos. You know what I'm saying? Like we kicking shit, but somewhere else, man, there's some bullshit going on too. We ain't doing no playing, man. Nigga play, go get laid, man. You feel me? When you stepping out here, cuz you taking a gamble out here, man, because you really don't know the fucking outcome. You know what I'm talking about? So your every move got to be a calculated step. You understand what I'm saying?
Y'all surviving to eat, we surviving to eat. It's just different levels. You get what I'm saying? Y'all were born into this shit. Shit, we scraping this shit up off the ground.
In a way, somebody like Ja, and mute yourself when you're not talking, Ja. It's a way, it's a way, it's a way. It's better to be closer. Like if you're Ja, you're somebody like that. You come to this city and you see just the rampant like dysfunction and fuckery. It is kind of you are gonna want to be like at least in the eye of the storm. The safest place in the storm is in the eye of the storm. You know what I'm saying? The safest place in the storm is in the eye. You know what I mean? Because like when you're on the outside, man, that's when you fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I can see a certain element, like, and this is with black people in general. Like you move, like whenever I moved to a new neighborhood in DC when I was young, we moved a few times. Every time I be at school, I be like, yeah, man, we about to move, and they be like, where you about to move to such and such place? They're like, oh shit, you want to fight like 10 niggas when you move around there. Like, they will always say some shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
They thinking the worst and shit.
But they was kind of right. I mean, it wasn't always that bad, but it to some degree it was kind of like something like that. You know
Every
what I'm
school
saying?
you went to, you had to establish yourself.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
you want to know about a dark secret that's hidden, tucked away in the depths of the pyramids? The world doesn't know how pussy these niggas are. They have no clue. Even if they hear me explain it on a panel, it won't even matter. Like you can't even conceive it, because what you see is you think you see a bunch of tough guys and hard niggas and the hardest of the hard in the hood, and it's not, man. You should see when these cowards come in like fight gyms, and when they come on the court, they get fucking devoured, man. I picked on them in jail.
They don't know how to hold their guards.
No, I picked on them in jail, dog. They all fight the same. They put their left hand on this side of their jaw, and this is winding up, and it's just sweet money every time, dog. Every time. I've half killed like 30 of these motherfuckers. Dead serious, man.
Yeah.
I train every day, dog, my whole life. I trained this morning just for the shit like this.
Well, no, here's the thing, though. You, sorry to intervene. You're from that old school Philly cloth, though. These youngsters, they're not fighting like that no more.
Yeah, that's what their hand skills are in the basement by default, because they've been relying on these guns since they was 15,
yes,
16, and so part of fight game is getting punched in the face. You have to get punched in the face a lot to know if you can take it or not. Like a lot of these dudes got glass jaws and don't know it. They've knocked out a coward or two or lame or two around the way and got their name up off of that, but never been up against a real live gladiator. So
yeah, they don't have power. They don't have that knockout power.
Yeah.
Like I know exactly what you're talking about. But when I see these young boys fighting, they upload fights to the internet a lot. They kind of like standing in front of each other. It's not like the moving and the weaving.
Oh no, they have their hands up like a female.
They never can rumble ever. In most fights, they start off with their hands up, looking like they might have a little hand skills. Then when the action gets going, all you see is a bunch of crazy shit. And anybody's a fighter knows how easy it is to get away from them dumbass haymakers and all that bullshit they be throwing. It's like you can literally play with them. You can play with them while you're fighting them, yo.
They fight like women.
It's sad. Serious. The hardest of the hard, too. I'm not even bullshitting
you. Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
well, no, but they have guns now, so fuck it. That's the ultimate equalizer.
Have always been around. Like they've always.
Well, no, we had more pride back in the day, though. That's the sad part about it.
Here's what the mistake that all the tough guys make, no matter where they are, right? So they're hard, but when they're away from their boys, they still carry that shit with them and be forgetting like them niggas ain't there.
Yeah.
So if you walking down the steps on the subway, you're not on your block with your 20 niggas. You can't say nothing to me because I'm going to dog you right there.
Yeah.
I can see your tats and all of that. Your flag, it don't even gonna matter. It's gonna make me fight twice as hard.
Yeah.
The other cold part about it, though, someone's going to kill you anyway, so you have to keep a pistol on you.
Yeah.
Get it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? We got homeboy got jobs and all this shit. Don't knock no nigga for doing whatever the fuck you got to do, man.
You got homeboys that play in the NBA and all that shit.
Get your
No,
money by any
that's
means.
90%.
Especially all my niggas that
I'm
got
sorry.
kids and shit. Man,
Yeah, like I said, 90% of gay members don't do anything. It's the 10% that's fucking up our community. I'm serious.
Yeah, shooters.
Yes, most people are just hanging around. Just like these dudes in the parking lot right here. Even those dudes that flash those guns, they ain't busting shit.
Yo, that's the truth, yo. It's the same with all hood niggas.
For real.
It
The real killers, you'll never see them. I'm telling you.
They got beat. They be hanging out from the carry out. Yeah, that's true.
by any means, you know what I'm talking about? For real, you got to. That's first and foremost, you know what I'm talking about? For real.
We ain't no different from the corporate America, man.
As far as tourists,
yeah, you're a little bit.
You're very different.
all you got to do is stay in your own lane, man. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing about
You're
it,
a
man.
grown nigga wearing a
I've been
backpack.
coast to coast, state to state, to where like you know how
I was
Memphis
gonna
dangerous
mention
as a
that.
motherfucker, but when you come out here, it ain't how motherfuckers think. Like even when you go to the Chi and when you go to LA, you know now if you go any place after dark, you know what I'm talking about? Beware. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta beware, cuz I'm just being 100. Because you don't need to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's wherever you go. Don't go to no motherfucking hood where you don't know no nigga at night. You know what I'm talking about? A tourist, take your ass to Bill Street. You know what I'm saying? Now, hey, come here. Little Nick, come here. Come, watch it. No, listen. When we talking about tourists, tell them a place they should go. If they go down on Bill, right? And they leave, if they leave Bill, you make the wrong turn, you headed towards the north. You make another turn, you headed towards the south. If you come through that bitch after dark, don't you come to the wrong side. Don't stop.
So he said Beale Street is a safe place to go in Memphis. Beale Street.
Bullshit.
Beale Street's not safe, man. Huh?
We've seen lots of people killed on Beale Street, or at least just off of Beale Street, wherever they parked, carjacked, all that kind of stuff.
Damn.
Beale Street is. This guy said Beale Street was safe, man.
Yeah, he also has an IQ of like 68. So.
Hey, I want to clean up a myth too. So the past 20-something years, you've been hearing everybody say real G's move in silence and blah, blah, blah. It's a lie. It was always been a lie. A real killer will tell you straight up and down, pussy, I will fucking kill you. They'll tell you on a crowded elevator, dog. It's always been a lie. It's always been a lie. It's never been true. Think about it, you know killers. They'll tell you, motherfucker, go ahead or I'll blow your fucking head off.
I think what they're talking about is like in the crowd, like let's say we go out, right? All three of us, me, you, and John, right? We go out, right? And I'm holding the stick, right?
Oh, you fuckers ain't gonna take me?
You and John are like, you and John ain't holding, I'm holding, right? I'm the shooter in the clip. If y'all gonna be out hollering at bitches and, you know, bumping shoulders with niggas and shit, I'm gonna be back with my hands in my pocket, quiet as a motherfucker, because I don't want to have to blow nobody fucking head off. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they're talking about.
That's true, but when you hear niggas describe it, right, on YouTube panels and on the stoop when you in the hood, they always saying it like, oh, niggas who really kill people don't talk about it all the time. All these niggas be talking and bluffing. No, that's a lie.
Yeah,
these niggas that's talking will kill you.
If you
it's a complete lie.
Yeah, they'll tell you that. They'll tell you that, but it just in like a party setting or something like that, or down on the Ave, the nigga holding the gun is
he is quiet. He ain't saying shit to nobody.
He's quiet.
He ain't gonna be around everybody else.
Exactly. He hanging back
because he wants a clean shot on the ops. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I've been that guy before.
Exactly. So it's like you could look at it both ways, man. But let's see what's going on down Beale Street, man. They said Beale Street's very safe, man. The safe part of Memphis. We'll see that, man. Maybe Josh is
New at 10, it's been nearly a week since a shootout on iconic Beale Street. That shooting left one man dead, 2 others in the hospital, and has led to some security changes following that chaos. WREG's Jordan James is live off Beale Street tonight. And Jordan, one of those changes is starting at 9 o'clock. You have to pay to get on the street. How are things looking out there?
Hey, Shay, there's been mixed feelings about the new measures, which are now underway right behind me, but most folks say they're necessary if they can save a life. As 18,000 people scream to the top of their lungs inside a FedEx Forum.
Here you go.
A different kind of message is on display feet away on Beale Street.
Beale Street is like a murder road right now.
Frustrated by the city's crime to
Got the fucking black Israelites out there yelling at white people and shit, called them devils. God damn it. On Beale Street, yeah. When you see these motherfuckers, you know it's the
Boris Kimball and the Hebrew Israelites have come to the entertainment district to inspire the community to stop the violence.
We've been called proverbs and bywords, but we got to realize we are the chosen people, and our people just need to wake up to who they really are.
Among the fray of people, you also see signs saying no firearms allowed. Unlike previous weekends, everyone who comes to Beale Street.
Yeah, pat down all these white folk, because that's going to fucking stop. This is who's really shooting people and shit.
Anyone who comes to Beale Street after 8 o'clock will be checked for weapons and required to pay.
Think about this, man. What if you, in order to get on South Street, that's still like y'all like strip, right? South Street. Like, in order to get on South Street, or you gotta mute yourself, John. You had to go through a metal detector and pay a $5 security fee. I mean, that's just was. I mean, listen, it works because it'll price out the Sunman. A lot of these Sunmen, they ain't trying to pay $5 because they just trying to go parking lot pimp and people watching shit and hang out. So I mean, I guess salute to Deluxe 247, aka the real MVP, aka Cal Ripken, coming through once again. But hey, man, this is what you got to do, man. This is what it takes, man, to keep the sun in check.
Well, that protects you while you're on Beale Street, but where you parked, you have to go back to your car, and they know you don't have a dang weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, they have weapons in Tennessee, though.
No, but to get here, you have to get on Beale Street now because of all the Sunman violence. You have to go through a metal detector and take an ID check.
Can I ask the two gliders on the panel, though?
I wouldn't go unless they had lockers there where you could put your firearm and then get it when you leave.
And what would happen to those lockers?
Can I ask the two gliders on the panel, though? Especially my guy, Bill. Are you scared of Sunmen? I know you're not. Exactly.
No.
It's called avoidance.
Not individually. As a group.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because some
far
men
more
love you.
threatening.
Don't some men love you when they see you? Because that's the kind of vibe I'm getting for.
I'm normally an oddity. Like, because I'm super Caucasian.
Well, no, you look like just like a mountain man from Santa Rosa or something,
But right,
California.
yeah. No, I'm in Wyoming.
Okay. But that's
Yeah.
the thing, because the crazy thing about Sunmen, when they around white people, they act in their best behavior.
Yeah, I mean, and I see that from a lot of groups. Like Hombritos do the same thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You could be around some Hombrito gang members, and you wouldn't fucking even know they were gang members. You think they were fucking bus boys, just got off of work or some shit. Because like they not thinking about you. Well, I don't know how it is in LA.
No, in California, it's the same thing though. Like,
Okay.
all these liberal Sun women and when they go to Walnut Creek and Los Gatos, they're bucking their eyes, all that good stuff, you know.
Yeah, like on Burrito, two on Burrito see each other, it's war. But they see a sun man, they don't even like a fucking tree or something. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I was even a kid in California, I was just a crazy white kid on a dirt bike. To the
No one ever
Mexican
said
gang
nothing
members.
about racism ever, huh?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all groups.
And there
are
was
like
one
that.
little cute Mexican girl, but I knew better than to chase that girl because her brothers were fucking affiliated. Let's just say.
I seen white guys too. White guys will go at each other too hard, but they won't say nothing to a sun man. Like I
Yeah.
think all racial groups are pretty
Whether
much go at each other.
kill your own, yeah. And
But
we
the
kill each other.
problem with the
Yeah.
problem with sun is the volume.
Our values
our,
high.
our volume, the rate we do that shit at is so fucking exponentially more.
You hit the
Well, then you got the spillover when they go hunting.
Yeah, but this is for us. This rule right here is for us. All this stuff is for black people. The reason the Hebrew Israelites is down there
in Memphis,
all this stuff is for black everywhere. If you go anywhere and they were like, we got to check for fucking firearms, it's for black people.
Amen District to inspire the community to stop the violence.
We've been called proverbs and bywords, but we got to realize we are the chosen people, and our people just need to wake up to who they really are.
Among the Freya people, you also see signs saying no firearms allowed. Unlike previous weekends, everyone who comes to Beale Street after 8 o'clock will be checked for weapons and required to pay a security deposit on Friday and Saturday.
I think that is great, to maintain and then be safe because, gun violence is very, is out here.
Tourists like Mary Green know firsthand about the impact of gun violence after her grandson was murdered. His death has changed her outlook on life.
It hurts very hard to me as losing a loved one to gang violence in it. I pray each and every day that they stop it.
Another thing patrons will notice is an increased presence from Memphis police. This showing coming after a man lost his life last week on Beale Street. Despite the security changes, the tragedy still weighs heavy for many across the community.
We had just left before it happened. So I think it's a good measure, but we should crack down more in the communities.
When they use the word deposit, does that mean, deposit to me means I get my money back somehow? Or is it just a fee that you pay?
It's a fee.
To go in. It's just a fee. They're just using the word deposit.
I didn't see.
Like, no shit kicks off. Do I get my $5 back?
I didn't hear anybody say deposit.
No, it's a fee to pay for the extra security, generally, and also as a barrier to keep the looky-loos out.
It's more of a barrier than anything. It's like, look, if you want to come in here, you got to have some skin in the game.
So it's just a cover charge.
Yeah, but to come onto a street, not to come into the club, but to come into an area. So, salute. It's like a toll. Like if you go on the toll, you want to take you want to go through the toll and get there quicker, or you just want to be like, fuck.
Well, yeah, but they don't use the word deposit. Deposit means you get something back. They're changing the meaning of words again.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let me move along. Weather said, what's the problem? This is culture. This is what gliders marvel and prop up. This is Vanguard. It's interesting Renaissance Sunman. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You're right, man. And make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel. Coming to you live. We about to get into some fuckery, man. Let's see what else is going on around the country, man. Let's see what else is going on. We can start with Memphis, man. WREG, man. You got to mute yourself when you're not talking, John. You picking up a lot of ambient sounds and shit. Whatever. So let's see. Oh, they talking about Ja Morant here. Local. Let's see what the local people talk about.
The big story at 10 tonight, the saga of Ja Morant, the Grizzlies superstar facing a suspension and investigation from the NBA tonight after an incident on social media. Hi there. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Shay Arthur. We have Team 3 coverage of the Morant situation, including reaction from fans and local leaders. But we begin tonight with News Channel 3's Colin Cody with the details on what happened. Hey, Colin.
That's right, Shay. This story has been developing all day long. And what we know is the Grizzlies are playing their next 2 games in Los Angeles, and the incident happened in what looked like a nightclub in the early hours of Saturday morning. Now, Friday night, the Memphis Grizzlies lost to the Denver Nuggets 113-97, and Ja, he finished with 27 points and 10 assists. Now, it's not sure if he flew separate from the team to Los Angeles, but the incident took place around 3 a.m. Pacific time. Now, since the incident, the Grizzlies released a statement saying that Ja will be away from the team for at least the next 2 games, and they'll be in LA for the next 5 days.
You gotta mute yourself when you're not talking, John.
Well, I apologize. I have the headphones in and I have them out now, so I don't know what's going on.
You gotta mute. You gotta press mute on the app. You gotta mute your.
You hear me better now?
No, I don't want to hear you. You gotta mute your mic when you're not talking. There you go.
You're probably on the
as they play the
laptop
Clippers
mic
and
picks
the
up
Lakers.
everything in the room.
And what he could make the soonest return will be Thursday against the Warriors at FedEx Forum. And the NBA has also opened an investigation as well into this incident. This afternoon, Morant deactivated all social media accounts and released a statement through his agent stating, "I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, and the city of Memphis and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. And I'm going to take some time away to help and work on learning better methods of dealing with my stress and my overall well-being." Now, Nike also released a statement saying that they appreciate his accountability and that he's taking the time to get the help that he needs. Now, Shay, we have much more coverage coming up tonight.
Y'all don't think he wrote that statement, man?
Fuck no.
Later on in the newscast.
All right, Colin, thanks for staying on top of things. We'll see you soon. And not only is Morant speaking out, but fans and community leaders are as well. WREG's Jordan James continues our Team 3 coverage outside of FedEx Forum tonight. And Jordan, what'd they say to you?
Okay, there's mixed opinions about the way this thing should be handled, but the bottom line is that all can agree that something needs to be done before it's too late. Since 2019, Ja Morant has captivated the hearts of Memphians and Grizzly fans across the country.
I've been a Grizzly fan my whole life, but, you know, with the new Ja Morant edition, it's like another level.
The 26-year-old quickly became a fan favorite, serving as an inspiration for many.
Ja Morant's a role model for me.
He act like he's still from the city. He don't act like.
Heard that? He act like he
He's still from the city. He don't act.
It's a role model for me.
He act like he's still from the city. He don't act like he from somewhere else. He don't act bougie and that. He act like one of us. Yeah.
You know what that
He's
means?
a gang member.
Like a thug.
You know what that means? He's still about that motherfucking life.
He got the street energy on the court, you know.
We talked
no
about that a
sellout.
couple hours ago. We really
I
talked
mean,
about that 2 hours ago.
Yeah. He ain't no sellout. He a real nigga.
Mm-hmm.
How does that little nigga know that? Because it's all around the hood. You know what I mean?
They're all Crips out there.
He don't know him. He just knows
Yes,
him.
he does.
You think he knows him personally, that kid right there?
Yes.
Dang, I believe you. I believe you. God.
I'm serious.
What's the
It's like that.
population of Memphis? How many people there?
Only like 300,000.
That's a village.
Exactly.
Damn. I think Camden is like 100, and everybody knows everybody here. Yo, you know, I told these niggas in the barbershop yesterday, right? They got mad at me and shit. Because I was like, mathematically, like a lot of you niggas is fucking your sister and don't know it.
Oh.
So they like, what you talking about? What you talking about? So I'm old. I'm 53. I remember back in the 90s meeting niggas with 20 kids and nobody knew who their dad was and all that. But see, in a city with millions of people, that's okay. But when there's 70,000 people in your city,
small towns, it's ugly.
If you got 70,000 people in your city, you can assume that 40,000 of them is kids.
Especially
right?
in the black population, less than 20%.
So then you left with 30,000 adults. You take away gay, homeless, funny looking, and drug addicts and all that. You got about a few thousand adults fucking. Right? All them motherfuckers, half the motherfuckers don't know who their dad is. So you mean to tell me that you ain't fuck none of your sisters or first cousins? It's impossible.
More
Half
than
of them
half.
have.
It's 80% now, bud. For real.
That shit crazy, man. Small town behavior. That shit got to be kept in check.
You're from Brickhaven?
Huh?
You're from Camden or Brickhaven?
I'm from North Philly, but I moved to Camden to be safe.
See, I'm from a
Camden
town
safer
of.
than Philadelphia? Hell nah.
Fucking crazy. Everywhere, Beirut is safer than Philadelphia.
The town I live in has 5,000 people. So you don't really lose your girl, you just lose your turn.
Yo, if you got any doubts about how bad Philly is, just look at it this way.
Philadelphia can't be that bad. It's still the 5th biggest city in America.
You'll see what I'm telling you in a minute. So mathematics is all that counts. If Chicago had our murder rate, they would have had, I don't know, 1,400 homicides last year.
3,000.
If New York had our murder rate, they would have had about 7,000 murders last year. You see what I'm saying?
But it's all concentrated in the same areas, though. It's West and South Philly, right? And North, I mean. West, South, and North.
We don't do what L.A. and New York does. We don't have boroughs.
Out there, though. It's all street gangs and drug gangs.
Huh?
It's all street gangs and drug gangs.
In Philly, there's no gangs.
No, it's still gang banging. That's what I try to tell. That's what I was saying to Og. It's still the same shit. There's no uniform involved.
It's not, man. These niggas be living on the same block and be killing each other, man. It's no
terror. They do in L.A. in the Bay Area too.
There's no this block of that, none of that no more. It's open season over here. Duck season. It's open.
There's still crews though.
Small ones, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's small crews.
This is the city of cross, man. I'm telling you, everybody crosses each other. These crews break up and change over and over and over again. There's no solid nothing. Like Bloods be organized for decades. Same people.
Yeah,
that could never happen here. That could never happen. Niggas are grimy as shit in North Philly.
I'll give you that though.
I promise you, dog. It's different. It's the biggest black neighborhood there is. It's niggas for like 5 miles and no white people at all. Think about that for
nothing.
Nothing for miles. And then when you get to the white neighborhood, we got the worst white neighborhood on the whole fucking planet Earth.
Yeah,
Period. It's different. I know everybody represents their city and all that. And I get it, man. Yeah. Cali's fucked up. LA's fucked up. Chicago's fucked up.
You think Philadelphia's I said Jackson, Mississippi was the worst city in America.
It's impossible.
Philadelphia's the worst?
There's a block over here that could swallow Jackson, Mississippi. The whole city. Can. I'm telling you, dog, it's that vicious over here.
There's still money in Philadelphia, though. That's the cold part about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no
Half
money
of North Philly is
ain't
high,
no money
dog.
in Jackson.
No money in Jackson?
Yeah, New Orleans, all those cities in the South, Birmingham.
We got a lot of street money over here, though.
No, I'm talking about even businesses, too. They really do.
Yeah, there's food stores everywhere in Philly. Every block. Every block. You open up a food store over here, you straight. Seriously.
I looked at a crime report for my town and the town next to me. And Native Americans were responsible for 70% of the crime in the town with 11,000 people. That's
you're in Montana or Wyoming, right?
Wyoming, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's 26 miles away. So they're 10% of the population, but they commit 70% of the arrests over there.
Yeah.
Now in my town, they're 6.7% of the population and 56% of the arrests were Native responsible here.
Well,
Just
they have their
numbers,
own land to do the destruction, though, too. So that's the problem.
Do what?
They have their own land to do their destruction.
Oh, yeah, the reservation. We're surrounded by it.
No police or nothing over there.
No, there's lots of police. There's the Bureau of
It's
Indian
native police,
Affairs.
so it's not federal or nothing. They have their own land.
No, yeah, it can't be federal. But that's why we got all the feds in our town, is because they can't be on a reservation, but they have to be next door, kind of thing.
Yep. Now imagine if you give some men that.
Some, like the lady that drew my wife's blood, she was from Georgia today.
Because we have the same blood types, but that's what I'm talking about. The living
No,
situation.
she was the phlebotomist. She was from Georgia. Asked her what she thought of winter, and she's not a fan. She's leaving.
Do you know about the blood types about Caucasians and Africans?
No, what are you talking about?
Our DNA cannot be used for Asian or Hispanic or Native American.
What do you mean?
We have a crazy blood type. It's weird.
I'm O positive. I'm mixed though.
Yeah, that's one of the most commons. I'm the same as you probably.
O positive is common. O positive is common.
I think it's like one of the 4th or 5th highest blood types.
How many are there?
There's like 12, I think.
Never knew that. I thought it was rare.
Did you know that a Hispanic cannot donate blood to a Sun man or vice versa, or Asian too?
I don't know about that.
No, it's true. Look it up.
So blood type has to be done by race?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't see how that works because my whole family is mixed up.
Right, because
like
if
one
you're
of my
O
kids is mixed
negative
with
and I'm O
Hawaiian.
negative.
Look, my son has Hawaiian blood. I got Portuguese blood, Blackfoot Indian.
That's the Caucasian race, though.
Yeah, so you saying that my aunt from my Portuguese side of the family can't donate blood to me?
Oh no,
my dad is black.
The black and Caucasian race can link easily.
But I got Spanish aunts. You know what I mean?
That's Caucasian.
Guess you're right. I don't know about that DNA shit. I don't believe none of that shit. Anything that's written down, I don't believe it.
Now the DNA is real. That's why do you think we so messed up in America right now?
I just think it's all programming. The way the brain works, what goes in comes out.
It's bad DNA breeding the most. Like you're the type of person that should be having 20 kids, but it's the nigga that ain't got no job. They got 20 kids. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Fucked up.
Well, yeah, they've proven that. The smarter you are, the fewer children you have.
That's funny as shit, yo.
Smart people ain't having no kids no more. You feel me?
All my kids were accidents. All 3 of them.
No, but you get what I'm saying, though? You're a good father.
Except 3 of them? How many you fucking got? Except 3?
No, I said all 3 of them are accidents.
Yeah,
okay.
That's normal to have 3 kids. That ain't shit.
Yeah, I didn't want any children, man. I knew the
they
world
were all
was fucked
accidents
up.
except for these 3. It's like, holy shit, how many you got?
No, three kids. People used to laugh at you when you had 3
Yeah,
kids.
that's what I raised was 3, and holy shit, that was enough.
You know, they made a movie about that. Only the dumb are reproducing. Was Idiocracy.
Yeah,
it's worth a watch.
Idiocracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's literally what is happening to society. Like it's
the worst people are reproducing right now.
So you're saying that the dumb people are magnifying with each generation?
Of
No,
course.
the dumb people are fucking like rabbits.
Yes.
the highest birth rate is from people who make less than $12,000 a year.
See, no one wants to believe that what that glider just said right now.
So y'all understand how things scale upwards, right? You understand the golden spiral, the math. So 20 of these people will become 1,000 quickly, if you understand what I mean.
Oh, no, they're breeding like rats.
Like that can happen in less than 20 or 30 years. 30, 40
in every
years.
country, in every country that has over 1 million citizens, the poor people have the most children.
Yo, I got in trouble earlier on a panel because I was talking about what Bill Gates said about 75% of the people in the world need to be up out of here, right? When you walk around in North Philly, you might consider something like, yo, you can laugh if you want. There are space cadets all around me all the time.
No, that's real.
I'm always the only one in the room that can think halfway. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's that bad.
Well, a lot of this has to do with, see, when I was young, I'm 50. The dumb kids around us didn't survive.
Fuck no.
Right?
Yeah,
they fell out.
Now. They live longer than ever now.
They got hit by a parked car. You know,
stupid.
they fucking
No,
Right, they went swimming with a lead balloon around their leg. I mean, just dumb shit. And we had lawn darts, shit like that. I mean, fuck, my buddy had a pogo stick that was gas powered. I don't know how we didn't break every ankle in the neighborhood.
Hey, y'all remember,
But,
you know how a whole lot of stupid motherfuckers got up out of here back in the 80s when Walkmans first came out? Man, listen,
Getting hit over
man.
the head and run over by cars.
These motherfuckers was getting mollywopped every fucking day. Every
well, yeah,
day.
now you got these fucking morons that didn't get killed because of bicycle helmets and seat belts and all that shit that we have nowadays.
Right,
and
all
we
this
got
protection.
fucking 3 or 4 generations of morons just banging away and making one stupid half-wit baby after another. And now we're stuck with this fucking 4th generation. It's like the old Xerox copies. When you Xerox something, then you took the copy of a copy, it got worse every time.
Hey, you and I are from the only you and I are from the only generation that was smarter than their kids and their parents. We're going to be the most miserable elders that have ever spent time on earth. Because we're going to be old and fucked up while the assholes are going to be in their prime. The worst people that have ever walked the earth. They're going to be in their prime. This is going to get worse unless Bill Gates' theory comes to be. I hate to say that. But the numbers are numbers. This is going to get much, much, much worse. Can you conceive that?
Man, let me move along.
Mm-hmm.
So we see a lot of ourselves.
Captivated the hearts of Memphians and Grizzly fans across the country.
I've been a Grizzly fan my whole life, but you know, with the new Ja Morant edition, it's like another level.
The 26-year-old quickly became a fan favorite, serving as an inspiration for many.
Ja Morant's a role model for me.
Act like he's still from the city. He don't act like he from somewhere else. He don't act bougie and he act like one of us. Yeah. So we see a lot of ourselves from him.
A relationship that recently became embroiled in controversy following a string of off-the-court issues, ranging from allegations of assault and, most notably, posting video of himself holding what looks to be a gun inside of a nightclub Saturday.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see, but, you know, Ja Morant is a superstar, you know what I'm saying, and he's young, so I think he's going to mature.
While some Grizz fans are remaining optimistic, others have decided to lean on their faith when it comes to Morant.
I pray that you move on his behalf right now, that whatever he's dealing with, whatever the circumstance may be, God, you change the report.
As a result of Morant.
That's his real name.
That's just a fan.
Wow. Oh, yeah. But look, hit one if you think this prayer is going to work.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm sure God is waiting for the prayers to help the NBA players stay on the
Kill
court.
someone, yeah.
May be God, you changed the report.
As a result of Morant's post, the Grizzlies have announced that he will be away from the team for at least 2 games. It's time that community activist Earl Fisher believes can be beneficial.
I think he deserves as much space and grace as the rest of us as we try to come to grips with what all of those different aspects of our life and environment mean.
Fisher tells WREG he has been in contact with Morant's parents and believes that he is being unfairly judged and should be afforded the opportunity to mature.
To make it seem like somehow he's playing double dutch, like he's a basketball star by day and some hood gangster guy by night, that's ridiculous. This idea that somehow we have to be one-dimensional, I think is a little bit unfair to the complexity of Black humanity.
As the Memphis Grizzlies.
The complexity of black. No, just don't beat the shit out of 17-year-old kids and jerk guns out on people. How about that?
Racism,
Nothing
man.
about that. He's not even like that. That's the cool part about it.
I was waiting for it to get to this point. I was like, how are they gonna make this white people's fault?
They finally did it.
They did it.
That's why I was thanking white people. Thank you, White Zaddy, for sitting this fool down. Because if it was up to some people,
He didn't do anything wrong according to some people.
Right.
No, he didn't do anything wrong, but it's just so ignorant. It makes no sense. That's the
What
cool
you mean
part
he
about
didn't
it.
do anything wrong? What do you mean he didn't do anything wrong?
It's a
Explain that.
registered gun. He's never committed a crime in his life. He's never spent a night in a police station.
He's drunk. He's in the club. He's drunk and he's high.
Oh, I thought that was at his house.
When you're drunk and you're high, you cannot.
That's at a nightclub for real?
What does it matter where he was at if he was drunk and he's high? If
thought
you're
he was at his
possessing, no, that was at a strip club.
Oh man. Oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, he only beat up the kid. He only beat up the minor at his house.
And
flashed a gun there too. But
the minor was going to kill him. He said, "I'm coming back to lay this thing down," or whatever he said.
That was after he got his ass kicked, though.
Yeah, he would have came back and killed him, though.
Yeah, he definitely would have came back. But I mean, here's the thing.
That's the stepper shit.
Here's the thing, though. This guy's saying that is Glider's fault. Gliders are saving this kid by making it serious. Some people, this shit is normal to some people. He needs Gliders to be like, what the fuck? He did what? Oh my God, sit him down first. Take away this, take away that. Because Gliders bring the gravity of the situation because they're not used to this type of shit. They don't deal with this type of shit in their communities. So salute to the Gliders. I think the Gliders are the heroes in this thing.
We consider consequence and we can predict outcomes.
Exactly, you can predict the outcome, and you can see sequences, consequences, and sequences in chains of events, and you can connect dots.
Afforded the opportunity to mature.
To make it seem like somehow he's playing double dutch, like he's a basketball star by day and some hood gangster guy by night, that's ridiculous. This idea that somehow we have to be one-dimensional, I think is a little bit unfair.
You see how he shoot?
To the complexity of black humanity.
As the Memphis Grizzlies deal with the fallout from this latest incident, Morant has vowed to learn from it.
As Colin said, the NBA is conducting their own investigation outside of Ja Morant being gone for 2 games. No word yet on if there will be any more action taken by the league. Reporting here live tonight outside of FedEx Forum, Jordan James, WREG, News Channel 3.
He said something really telling there about being one-dimensional. He was basically saying, like I was saying earlier, he's by saying Ja can't do this stuff, it's taking away from what normal Sun men think is appropriate. So it's not in his mind, in the average Sun man's mind, what he did was not wrong at all. Like it's a contradiction of different races.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in our
accepted behaviors.
Yeah, in our community, hanging around with gangbangers and killers and hoodlums is normal.
It's normal.
Yeah, and those people aren't even called gangbangers, killers, and hoodlums. Those are just his boys.
Are breathing a little easier tonight because the suspects in a rash of robberies, home invasions, and 1 homicide are behind bars, and they face a laundry list of charges.
But as WREG's April Thompson reports, people in Lakeland also worry these suspects may soon be back on the streets.
24-year-old DeMarquarius Smith and 23-year-old Kevin Hicks behind bars.
Who?
How many letters is that? Wait a minute. 9? That's 13 letters.
I was looking at that when it first came up. I'm like, I'm gonna freak out this name.
DeMarquarius. Damn. Wow. I mean, listen.
Well, we know the name is not a predictor of the outcome, though, because the other guy's name is fucking Kevin.
There's a surefire sign of a single mom, though, because there's no man that sat down with his wife and said, let's call him DeMarquarius, unless he's a junior or some shit.
DeMarquarius the third.
Oh, shit. It's possible. Wow. No, not yet. Not yet.
Wow. Unfucking believable.
24-year-old DeMarquarius Smith and 23-year-old Kevin Hicks behind bars, suspected of wreaking terror in the city of Lakeland. But it was at this residential complex where officers were able to piece together their alleged crime spree. January 14th, the man was robbed here. telling Shelby County Sheriff's detectives he was approached outside at gunpoint by two males who took his wallet, keys, and then forced him into his home. One of the suspects then forced the man's fiancée upstairs and made her transfer $600 through Cash App. They left the complex in the victim's truck and a four-door Infiniti. Jimmy Fant lives nearby and talked to the family after the crime.
Not to be that brave just to walk up to somebody and pull a gun on them.
At least they didn't rape the wife.
To be that brave to literally transfer money from the victim's Cash App account to your personal Cash App account. That's the brave part.
And it's not even like it's a lot of money.
It's a shame that show Dumbest Criminals ain't on no more, because he would definitely made it with that.
But he doesn't care. Like, these guys will be out on this. I promise you, these guys will be out on the street by the end of this segment. I promise you, they'll be talking about how these guys are being released.
Take them in their own house.
But video cameras at the entrance and exit of the complex helped detectives crack this case. These cameras apparently showed the stolen truck actually leaving this complex with the Infiniti right behind it. Officers later discovered that minutes before that robbery and right around the corner, suspects in a similar Infiniti tried to stop a man on Bramblebush Lane, even running toward his vehicle. The man was able to drive away, but it was all caught on security camera. Police traced the car, did the surveillance, and were able to track down Smith and Hicks. The arrest led them to also connect the two with the January murder in Lakeland. 54-year-old Erin Last was shot to death in her home. The Lakeland city manager said it set off a firestorm of worry among citizens.
Typically, our residents move to Lakeland because of the peace and the safety of the area. And so,
because it's a white area, we move here to get away from Memphis and those damn sun words. And we've created a little enclave out here, a little glider enclave. We've followed the Scott Adams method and created a little white enclave out here. And now the sun men are using it as hunting grounds. That's what the fuck is going on.
It's got an F for amenities and a C- for housing cost.
No amenities. If there's no amenities in a place, that means no sun people. Some people get all the amenities. We get the rec centers. We get the fucking malls, strip malls. You go to glider areas, ain't none of that shit.
Oh, well, it's 9%.
9% sun?
81 glider.
Well, I mean, being like right next to Memphis, it's going to be, you can't have an all-white place that close to Memphis. But they're trying. They're doing their best.
All caught on security camera. Police traced the car, did the surveillance, and were able to track down Smith and Hicks. The arrest led them to also connect the two with the January murder in Lakeland. 54-year-old Erin Last was shot to death in her home. The Lakeland city manager said it set off a firestorm of worry among citizens.
typically, our residents move to Lakeland because of the peace and the safety of the area. And so with a homicide, it kind of brings the sanctity of life to the forefront, for our residents.
At a community meeting, residents wanted answers about what could be done to keep things safe. The city says they're working with the Shelby County Sheriff's Office on getting more patrols and presence. The arrest brings a little relief and still some apprehension.
I think they're going to be concerned that these individuals that have been arrested will be released too soon and back out on the streets to enable them to commit additional crimes.
April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
Smith and Hicks were arrested February 10th. They do remain in jail tonight.
And just because he looks like a fortune teller, don't mean he's,
Right.
They're still in jail, so that's good. That's a good.
Lakeland might have its own court system, own DA a little bit that's outside of Memphis.
City in the same county.
They could have got locked up on a Friday and waiting for their bail hearing Monday.
Hey man, you gotta take victories when you can get them. That's good, man. Give me another city, man.
Camden or New York, Newark or Rochester too. What's going on in Rochester?
We did Buffalo last night.
Okay, yeah, same shit.
We'll do Philly because Camden don't have its own.
Philly's too easy.
Ain't nothing been happening over here lately. Past couple of days been cool.
Yeah, Philly, we could be here for 3 more hours. Just going to Fox
cool.
29.
That's been
maybe
cool.
not.
All right,
You went to Baltimore yesterday. Did you?
Well, I was
you
wrong.
See did you see the stolen car crash into the building?
In Baltimore? No.
Yeah, that was wild.
Nah, we had to check that up.
Hell yeah.
Back to breaking news in Philadelphia. 4 confirmed dead in 3 separate shootings just into our newsroom in the last hour, including the fatal shooting of a 14-year-old. And Eddie, you're in Overbrook right now with more on that. What can you tell us?
Don, I just got to the scene here. Obviously, a very hectic night here. We're just learning some information. Police have just been combing over the area here. This is Haddington Lane and 60th. 14-year-old male shot multiple times, pronounced dead at the hospital. Police have not found any weapons. No arrests have been made here. This happened right around the same time. A double homicide on 60th and Sampson Street. A 33-year-old man shot multiple times. They were pronounced, and a 24-year-old man also shot multiple times and died. And these 2 shootings happening again right around the same time of another shooting that we just got word of. 3700 block of North Carlisle. Was inside a vestibule, police say. A 19-year-old male shot multiple times and pronounced. So again, a total of 4 people killed across 3 shootings. Driving to this scene, it was difficult to get here because of all the chaos going on. This is a massive scene here. Several blocks are shut down. Police having a busy night, obviously, and a violent night here in Philadelphia. We're going to continue to work.
That's tonight. You know that, right, Reese? That's like not last night. This is tonight.
Well, what I meant to say a few minutes ago was that I haven't watched the news in a few days and I haven't heard anything. That's what I meant.
To say.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
That's what you meant to say. Okay, because yeah, it's not.
All those locations are like within. That was a war right there. All those places they named are within blocks of each other.
Okay, let's see what's going on with the youth, man. There's some good things going on here, though. In Philadelphia,
Philly is trying their dangest to keep up with Chicago this year, with 1/3 the population.
Our commitment to saving our streets and the various ways that people are doing that. And so mark your calendars. There's a massive youth conference coming to Philadelphia next Saturday, March 11th. The Inspiring Minds Connected Youth Conference will be at Martin Luther King High School. Kids can network with professionals, apply for jobs, learn about politics, so many things. And so you're going to be a star. We bought a former WNBA star. Cool?
Yes.
Okay. Andrea Garner is here. And also the executive director of the event.
Yes.
That part. Good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. Like, you're a star. All right. No, nobody ever said that. How'd you get involved in this event? Why is it so important?
Inspiring Minds Greater Philadelphia was created in 2018. We are a subsidiary of Inspiring Minds in Warren, Ohio. I played basketball at Penn State, and a friend of mine who played football at Penn State created Inspiring Minds as a way to get youth mentorship and exposure to new experiences, which we both knew is what helped catapult us into being successful in life.
So is that the goal, the connection, letting young people know they can? Like, what do you hope comes out of an event like today, next week?
So what we hope to come out of it is, I guess, fourfold, really, because they are able to choose workshops to help them build up who they are. So we think it's very important for kids to be connected to who they are first and foremost, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. Right. And then connected to their finances, right? So we always talk about how young people don't have financial literacy in schools. This is a way for them to learn about finances and in a way that makes them feel connected to it and take ownership of the amount of money they can make and how to make money work for them. And then the political town hall, learning local politics, learning what their politicians are doing for them, being an advocate for what they want in their community, giving them a space to have their voices heard, that's important. And then being connected to their future. And so we have college and career workshops for them to choose if they want to be a plumber, if they want to go to an HBCU, or they don't know what the college admission process is like, if they want to be in entertainment, if they want to be a barber. We have all those different types of workshops for them to choose from. So it's about exposure, like figuring out or starting to figure out a plan for their life.
Does it help? And I kind of know the answer because we have people who come in here, young people, and they get the experience firsthand. How much does it help that they're talking to you and your experiences professionally and doing things they care about. Financial advisors, politicians, that they're actually seeing what they want to be.
Seeing what they want to be and seeing people that look like them do what they want to do, and how impactful that is. You know, a lot of times some of these kids may have dreams about what they want, but they don't ever see it. They're not able to touch it. And that exposure, it means the world to a lot of young people.
And plus they establish these relationships. So now they can get you on the phone or the email. They actually have an advocate.
And that's the important part of this as well, like building connections with other people. Like, listen, young people, it is about who you know. And this event is creating opportunities for you to introduce yourself to some very important and influential folks. Being prepared for that, building the confidence to be able to go up to someone and shake their hand, getting their information so that you can continue to follow up, because you never know what opportunities may present themselves from that. So it's big, it's important. I'm excited about it, and I hope parents and young people are excited about it as well.
How many are you expecting to come out and participate?
Well, we would like to have at least 300 students registered, with probably an attendance of.
Okay, that's a lot. I mean, that you can make a difference, even if you only help 10% of them kids. That's 30 kids that can do good. Salute to L. Curtis, man. He says the Cash App, man. Salute to you, man. Hey, man, that's not bad. 30 kids, man. Because these things are not going to have a high success rate in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But eventually, the other 90% will swallow all the value that's generated by the 10%. So it's pointless.
Yeah, the kids
First,
that go,
I was unaware that the WNBA had stars. I knew they had players.
Yeah,
Brittany Griner, dog. Brittany Griner.
Girl named Brittany Griner was in the news for a little bit a couple months ago, man.
Yeah, more famous for getting in trouble than for actually being a basketball player.
Now, she was famous for domestic violence, too. She was
they played in front of dozens of fans.
Yeah, man. She was famous for.
No, she actually was National Player of the Year, though. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know about her, but
yeah.
let's move along, man.
To hell with her. That's where she's going.
Yeah, man.
And pussy and pride kill more black people than sickle cell.
Stupid.
Yeah, man.
Was that out loud?
Oh, I said, oh.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Oh, I said, here we go. They raised the gun to begin shooting, and I raised mine, and we just start shooting.
A victim there describes his horrifying encounter with a pair of would-be robbers near his home in North Philadelphia. Tonight, hear how he turned the tables in his own words. It's an X News exclusive. A 71-year-old man who was shot while stopping an attempted robbery speaks out about his ordeal. Action News reporter Katie Catro joins us live from police headquarters with details tonight. Katie.
And Walter, that man did speak exclusively with us tonight, sharing what he went through on Thursday night.
That night, I would keep my hand on my pistol in my pocket in case I have to pull it out.
This is a 71-year-old man who has to live like this, man.
Yo.
And Scott, y'all mad at Scott Adams. Y'all mad at Scott Adams and this 71-year-old man living like this, like a fucking goddamn, like this is a tough life, man, to live.
And you
man.
see his eyes when he's remembering that stuff. That was just, sheer panic in those eyes.
Yeah.
That night, I would keep my hand on my pistol in my pocket in case I have to pull it out. Which it finally came to reality that I had to use it.
71-year-old Henry Joel speaks exclusively to Action News while in his hospital room. He tells what happened Thursday night when two men tried to rob him, but he fought back.
I saw two guys standing in the area with ninja outfits on. Like twins.
Shiesty mask.
Like I said, it's a work uniform.
You sly devil.
Shit.
Yeah, man. This is the stand. This is what this guy has to go through. And this is
being hunted every day.
This is what Reese be talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real like that, man. It's real like that.
Fucking ninjas, man, every time.
In the area with ninja outfits on. They look like twins. And they had each of them had a gun in their hand.
Joel says he was walking on the 2400 block of North 10th Street, coming home around 11:15 at night after picking up Chinese takeout. He says the men approached him and said, "Don't move."
I raised mine. We just start shooting. I don't know if I hit one of them, but I'm pretty sure I had to because they was in the area where I was at, basically. And I got shot in the bottom part of the leg, which broke my bone.
He's recovering at Temple University Hospital tonight.
He got shot in the leg.
So he had it in his pocket. He tried to pull it out of his pocket, shot himself in the leg, and then shot a few in the direction of the assailants.
Is that what happened?
One more reason why you need to have a holster.
I don't think he shot himself.
They shot
him. Had a gun in their hand.
Joel says he was walking on the 2400 block of North 10th Street, coming home around 11:15 at night after picking up Chinese takeout. He says the men approached him and said, "Don't move."
I raised mine. We just start shooting. I don't know if I hit one of them, but I'm pretty sure I had to because they was in the area where I was at, basically. And I got shot in the bottom part of the leg, which broke my bone.
He's recovering at Temple University Hospital tonight. He says he is licensed to carry working security. He says he has a message for the would-be robbers.
Stop and think before you act. What's the point? What are you trying to make the point of? You're gangsters now or whatever? You think you're going to get recognition? You're going to become a star or something?
Yeah. Yeah, they can always become rappers. You can always become a rapper after you fucking live a life of crime. That is
Or
always,
a community activist.
Or community activist.
Put you on the Nickelodeon award shows.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of avenues for ex-cons in the black community, and it has to be.
And how sad is it? This guy's 72 years old and still has to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Doing security of all things.
That's North Philly, by the way.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is the North of Death, man.
What's the point? What are you trying to make the point of? You're gangsters now or whatever? You think you're going to get recognition? You're going to become a star or something? They're not going to put you in no movies, put you on the ground.
Who?
Now, police say it's still not clear if those would-be robbers were shot at. They are still looking for them. Reporting live at police headquarters, Katie Catro, Fraction News at 10 on PHL 17. Walter?
All right, Katie.
Wow.
She's unsure they were shot at. Did you hear what she just said?
New at 10, it's been nearly a week since a shootout on iconic Beale Street.
What a fucked up life to live, man. I mean, god damn.
He might have been an old gangster. He might have been an old like criminal or something. He said something about putting them in a movie. That's a little saying over here in Philly. Like,
big story next.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to get his concealed weapons permit.
He said he was. Yeah, he said he was a security guard.
Yeah, but when he said he was making those little statements about putting people in a movie, that's a saying over here in Philly when you gonna go in on somebody. And look at the last sentence he said while he's looking in the camera, like, put you in the ground. Right after he said that, he said, well, they'll put you in the ground.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the big story in Action News is the search for a man who police say pistol whipped a teenager in Montgomery County. It happened yesterday afternoon, but tonight, investigators have released new images of a man they're looking for. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher joins us live from Hatboro with details about this case. Brianna.
That's right, Walter. We talked to several neighbors off camera who tell us this fight happened in the alleyway right behind me here, and other neighbors say they came home to flashing lights and officers canvassing the scene. Hatboro police need help identifying the individual you see here in a jacket, joggers, a baseball cap, and white face mask, pointing a gun at an individual. Officials say on Friday, shortly after 1 p.m., officers responded to the 400 block of Jacksonville Road in Hatboro. According to authorities, the suspect they need help identifying fled the scene in a silver Ford Escape.
We had several individuals that were engaging in a fight at that location, and a subsequent video that we have obtained of the incident shows a male subject wearing a mask pointing a handgun at somebody and ultimately striking an individual in the face with the handgun.
Now,
how much you want to bet they were messing with him?
Oh yeah,
trying him out, all that kind of stuff. And that was his response.
That's a
Without
white
doubt.
neighborhood.
It's a white neighborhood.
Yeah, that ain't even in Philly.
Yeah, but that could have been a sun man out there, sun teens. Anytime most sun teens fuck with you in public, you rarely get fucked with by glider teens in public.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're like at school with them, maybe they'll try to bully you or something. But in public, just in a public space, you rarely get that, man. Um, at least that's just been my experience, man. I don't know. Some black people say gliders are chasing them around the fucking countryside with pitchforks and torches. I don't know. So who knows, man? Oh wow. So yeah, man. Hey, you gotta get that together. You got a little ambient noise in the back. Yeah, thank you. Um, let's do another city. Give me another city. I'm gonna let the chat do this time. Chat, give me another city, man. Chat. Let me take one from the chat. Oh my god. NYC, we did NYC the other night, man. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did that maybe 2 nights ago. We may get to NYC later on. I don't know. Oh,
I say two
Milwaukee.
for Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. There you go. Milwaukee. Milwaukee, as the black people call it.
And there's just news about a trial that's getting started out there in Kenosha area.
Yeah, let's see.
Focus on mental health in Milwaukee's Black community. That's today's panel discussion at Marquette University. The panel talked about the reluctance and stigma of some members of the Black community to get mental health help. The panel also talked about how to access mental wellness and the underrepresentation of Black therapists.
We need to make sure that our African American people are able to get proper and appropriate services, mainly culturally based, and Afrocentric psychotherapy is the way to go.
CDC data shows suicide is the third leading cause of death among Black people ages 15 to 24.
What are the other two leading causes?
Homicide. Homicide, man. Wow.
Homicide and heart disease?
The homicide.
Probably diabetes or something like that, or hypertension.
Police think they've solved the homicides of two Brown Deer brothers. 6 months later, they've arrested someone. Investigators relied on the phone of the defendant. Jason Calvi joins us now with how police say they use technology to pin the crime on a 19-year-old Milwaukee man.
Yeah, when you connect to the internet or a cell phone tower, phone companies and apps keep that information. Now, the criminal complaint says police reviewed the defendant's phone records, data from Instagram and other apps, as well as iPhone messages. Brown Deer police say it shows the defendant was at the scene of the crime.
6 months ago, two brothers were shot and killed, both at their Brown Deer home. Both were 18 years old. On September 1st, family found Amarian Brown dead in his bed. Hours later, police searched the scene and found Brown's brother, Charles Robinson, in a car, also killed. Now prosecutors charge a 19-year-old Milwaukee man with the homicides.
Can you state your name for that? Joseph Tucker.
The new criminal complaint relies on technology. It says Tucker's cell phone was using the cell tower just 1,700 feet from the crime scene until 2:30 in the morning, the day of the shootings. The complaint includes a screenshot of a Lyft request at 2:38 in the morning, looking for a pickup at the homicide scene. At 4:40 in the morning, the complaint says the phone was connected to the internet through the victim's home. Police say that's backed up by FaceTime, iCloud, and iMessage logs. The complaint says the mother of the victims heard a pop around 5 to 6 in the morning. Around that time, the complaint says Tucker was involved in stealing the family's Jeep. And it adds that surveillance video shows Tucker and an unnamed person abandoned the SUV at 5:45 that morning.
Damn, Tucker's a fucked up dude, man. God damn.
Prosecutors say it's probable Tucker had an accomplice.
This appears to have been a drug deal, not bad.
The criminal complaint doesn't mention that, nor does it give a motive. If convicted, Joseph Tucker could be locked up for the rest of his life.
Do you understand the penalties for each count? Yes, ma'am.
Now, in court, Tucker's attorney said Tucker had no prior criminal records, and the attorney reminded the court Tucker was presumed innocent. Now, the court commissioner set bail at $500,000, and she ordered Tucker have no contact with the Brown family or the witnesses. Tucker is back in court next Thursday.
The man who shot and killed someone over a disagreement about a haircut will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Our Amelia Jones was at sentencing today. Amelia, the victim's family and friends did not go back here.
Steph and Gabby, family and friends of 21-year-old Andre Sandoval said he was a kind and giving person. They called Tamir Williams a cold-blooded murderer who should spend the rest of his life in prison.
He took a life, literally, so figuratively, we'll pay for it. Grown.
After more than a year since 21-year-old Andre Sandoval was shot and killed, the man who pulled the trigger received his fate. The judge sentenced 35-year-old Tamir Williams to life in prison without extended supervision. The courtroom was packed with...
Why was a goddamn burrito cutting your hair anyway, son, man? I don't know. I wouldn't trust an burrito to cut my hair, man. You gotta have like 4C hair to cut. I wouldn't even trust a nigga with good hair to cut my hair, man. You gotta have like 4C shit, man. Come on, man. Or unless, I don't know what the fuck happened here, but that's what appears to be the case.
Andre Sandoval was shot and killed. The man who pulled the trigger received his fate. The judge sentenced 35-year-old...
The chat is saying that the volume is low on the video.
Extended supervision. The courtroom was packed with Sandoval's family and friends.
Our main thing, our main purpose was not only to get justice for Andre, but it was to prevent this murderer from ever leaving prison and killing somebody else in cold blood.
In August 2021, Sandoval got his hair cut by Williams. There was a disagreement, and Williams shot and killed Sandoval.
Burritos. Listen, man, as a son, man, I would never let an burrito cut my hair. But as a burrito, you should just never let a son, man, cut your hair. I mean, come on, man. Some man don't even know your hair texture, man. Why even do that shit, man?
They need to adopt the Scott Adams method.
The Scott Adams method always works. It's the Scott Adams method is actually 99% good because you can always get hit with a straight bullet, but it's 99.9% effective, man. And it works for burritos too, man. It doesn't only work for gliders. It works for some people. It works for other some people. I can use the Scott Adams method, man. I don't know why this guy got his hair cut by a son, man. Maybe it was a walk-in barbershop where you walk in and one of the barbers be like, come here, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was the case. But yeah, man, I don't know, man.
And cold blood.
In August 2021, Sandoval got his hair cut by Williams. There was a disagreement, and Williams shot and killed Sandoval. The judge acknowledged Williams has a mental illness, but it did not, quote, relieve him from culpability of murder. When the trial began in December 2022, Williams pleaded guilty to first-degree intentional homicide and possession of a firearm when he was ordered by the court in a previous case not to have one. For the family, justice was served.
It's going to take a minute to just process all of this. But right now, all I can say is we did it. And we got justice for him. And he's up there happy.
Today, Sandoval's family and friends were wearing red T-shirts that said LLA, live like Andre. I asked what that means, and they said always be kind like he was. Live in Racine, Amelia Jones, Fox 6 News.
Good reminder, Amelia. Thank you.
Wow. Golly, man.
Basically, every single city in America with a substantial amount of Sun people is in a state of crisis every single fucking day.
2 men were gunned down in a car in Milwaukee back in October. 1 man died. Another is still fighting to recover. And as Fox 6's Bill Misson explains, the man's family has renewed hope. Bill?
Gabriella Mann appeared in court this week, charged in that shooting that killed D'Antoni Aubrey and seriously wounded Kiwan Scott. Now, Scott's father tells me it's given him hope that the case didn't go cold as his son works to recover. As the winter cold settled in, Anton Scott feared it would be a metaphor for justice or the lack of it in his son's case, that it would go cold as many do.
It was very concerning that, the person would just have done whatever they did and go and do it and harm somebody else's family. I didn't want anybody else to go through the same pain that we're going through.
It started on October 29th. Kiwan Scott was in a car with another man and a small girl. Video shows another man approach the car and then fire into it and run off. The car then drives.
The little girl had that little girl being in that car is zero protection for you. That's a difference.
And zero consideration either.
Yeah, it's just you would think oh, you lucky, I'd have knocked your head off if that little girl wasn't in here. Oh, I'd have lit this motherfucker up if that little girl wasn't. That literally means nothing to any son. I mean, across the board. You can't find one where that would mean anything to them. And we're not talking about blood feuds. We're talking about a look, a tweet, shit like that, over shit like that.
Drives off and crashes.
Anybody else to go through the same pain that we're going through.
It started on October 29th. Kiwan Scott was in a car with another man and a small girl. Video shows another man approach the car and then fire into it and run off. The car then drives off and crashes. 23-year-old D'Antoni Aubrey died at the scene, and Scott was shot multiple times.
He coded at least 7 times. He's a very strong guy. When he came in this world, he was fighting.
He's now in a rehab facility.
He's looking around and stuff, but he still hasn't spoken.
But his father has renewed hope.
I've reviewed the.
So this is the case where the person survived. This is one of those cases where you hear 3 people shot, 1 dead or something like that, and you think the other 2 people survived. It's just yeah, man, they survived. They all right. Nah, man. Nah, this is what it be like for the survivors, man.
Multiple times.
He coded at least 7 times. He's a very strong guy. When he came in this world, he was fighting.
He's now in a rehab facility.
He's looking around and stuff, but he still hasn't spoken.
But his father has renewed hope.
I've reviewed the complaint. I find it established as probable cause.
22-year-old Richard Lewis appeared in court Monday, charged in the case. Prosecutors say Lewis was on GPS monitoring at the time and cut off his bracelet prior to.
These cases are almost they Jesus Christ, man.
Identical.
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, man.
This is just a question for the gliders. We normally kill each other 90% of the time, so I'm pretty sure the gliders are happy with the crime rate. That's how I feel. What if we did kill each other?
Oh, yeah, we would have to kill somebody. Yeah, because we're killers, yeah.
How do the gliders feel about that, though? There's 2 gliders on the panel. I just want to know. Or 3. I want to know for Fisherman, too. He has to get in point, too.
I don't understand what your question is.
Well, no, aren't you happy that some men kill each other? What if we didn't kill each other? Wouldn't that be a problem?
How would that be a problem?
Who do you think we'd be terrorizing?
Oh, well, are you saying if you're not going to do it to each other, then you're going to do it to somebody else?
Basically, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. This is best case.
Smile every time a son man dies. I do.
Yeah, if this is what you're gonna do, regardless, I'd rather you do it to each other all day. I thought you meant if we just stop committing crimes, wouldn't you be sad? No. But
So
if you're
this is
gonna
all
commit
DNA, though.
if you're gonna commit crime, yeah, go ahead and do it to each other. That's better.
Yeah, so that's why I don't know about white confusion, though. That's what my grandfather told me too. Like, why do you care?
Yo, are his teeth gold or is my computer fucked up?
No, his teeth are
His
gold.
teeth are gold.
Oh.
The only
Yeah.
reason that we do care is it spills out and affects us.
Yeah, and also we always we always tie them into it. And make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat, support the channel. We always ask them for money to fix the problem. We always blame them either structural, institutional shit that they doing or slavery, legacy of slavery. We're always blaming them or begging them to fix it. So it's hard for them to stay detached from that situation, man. And then
But
we
they're all
also
liberal gliders, though, too.
hmm?
Only liberal gliders say that.
Say what?
Liberal gliders.
Say what?
About giving the money and all that good stuff, because conservative gliders don't give a shit.
Well,
as they should.
hold on. Conservative gliders pay taxes. So if you
Well,
pay
no,
taxes,
they do. No, that's just state taxes and all that good stuff. They don't care about the programs as we like to.
right, but a lot of conservative gliders, like you just have to live in a multicultural society with some people. It's not like you're living alone. You're living literally with some people. You can't get away from us, man. Think about it. That town we just discussed in Memphis, where those gliders created Lakewood. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, the suburb in Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah. They created a little enclave. They got the fuck away from the Sun people in Memphis. And look what happened. Some people came out there and started hunting them. There's no, they can't get away. Only way gliders can get away from it is to have a Japan type situation where you're just a homogeneous. You're just a
Yeah, no
homogeneous
integration,
country.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way to get away from this stuff.
He's now in a rehab facility.
So he's looking around and stuff, but he still hasn't spoken.
But his father has renewed hope.
I've reviewed the complaint. I find it establishes probable cause.
22-year-old Richard Lewis appeared in court Monday, charged in the case. Prosecutors say Lewis was on GPS monitoring at the time and cut off his bracelet prior to the shooting, and 45 minutes later robbed a man at a gas station. Scott's father says he held off turning to crowdsourcing money for his son's medical bills out of pride. Those bills continue to grow.
Damn, a black dude had too much pride to do a GoFundMe. Ain't that some shit? Salute to that man.
Man at a gas station. Scott's father says he held off turning to crowdsourcing money for his son's medical bills out of pride. Those bills continue to grow.
I want to do what's best for him. I need to be able to take care of his things.
And not have to worry about it, to just focus on getting better. Now, the getaway driver is a suspect, but has not been charged in the case. Lewis is being held on $250,000 bond. He's due back in court next week for a preliminary hearing. Reporting in Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
Bill, thank you.
Wow. What a dangerous fucking city, man. Shit. Oh, we got a glider. A glider. Salute.
Bail is set at $5,000 in the case of a shooting on the freeway earlier this week. Luis Hernandez Perez appeared in court for the first time. This happened yesterday. He's charged with felonies in the shooting, which happened Wednesday on I-94 near the stadium interchange. Investigators say Hernandez Perez cut somebody off while changing lanes. It led to a few middle fingers, and then Hernandez Perez allegedly fired shots at another car.
His bond is $5,000.
This is essentially a road rage case, and it put the public at large in very serious danger. And it's just something that's that we believe it's a very serious situation, and it has very serious penalties.
Quick correction, he was in court this morning. No one was injured. Hernandez Perez will be back in court later this month.
$5,000, man. Bomb. Salute to that glide. I love all of that umbrito. I love when people from other races benefit from all the criminal justice reform that was done on behalf of the Sun Man.
In Wisconsin, it's cash bond. You have to come up with the whole amount.
Okay.
It's still only $5,000 though.
Yeah.
Domestic violence can impact anyone. That is the message coming from Common Council President Jose Perez tonight as he and his family mourns the loss of his niece.
Madeline O'Neill is live in Glendale, where loved ones paid her tribute at Clutch Park tonight.
Well, there were a lot of tears. It was really emotional here at the park, remembering Aaliyah Perez, who was shot and killed Sunday at just 26 years old. Her uncle and Common Council president is asking everyone to be proactive when it comes to domestic violence, to know the signs, hoping this doesn't happen to anyone else. On a gloomy day, it was a bright light.
We're here to celebrate the brightest light of Aaliyah Marie Perez.
That brought this crowd together.
Beloved daughter, granddaughter, niece, prima hermana, sister, best friend.
In life, Aaliyah Perez was a woman with many roles and names.
Titi, as we all called her, Lily, Lola.
In death, there aren't enough words to express the grief left behind.
And this has been very difficult for us, but we want to thank you for being here.
Let us all say amen. Amen. And amen. Go in peace.
Police say the suspected killer of Aaliyah Perez, Elijah Combs, shot and killed himself after a police pursuit.
God, dog. It's like even when you the umbrito that got his hair cut, he got killed by a Sun Man. This guy,
And this sombrita.
it's like every time, like this is the Scott Adams method, man. Scott Adams, man. Listen, man. Maybe Scott Adams was just used. God was using him, man. Like, don't worry, Scott. I get you on the back end, man. Like, I gave you a great life. You fucking got paid millions of dollars to draw. Now you owe me one. I was like, you owe me one, Scott. I made you a millionaire for doodling silly ass fucking doodles and shit. Golly, man. Fucking every fucking time. This shit's sickening, man. If you're a Sun Man in the chat, man, Sun people in the chat, do you feel like every fucking time it's a Sun Man? Even like, does that fucking sicken you? Does it make you feel like fucking disgusted? Hit one if you're disgusted by that, Sun people. Hit one if you hit two if you're not. Hit two if you're not disgusted by that. I'm just disgusted by this shit, man. Every fucking time. No matter, I wasn't expecting this one to be a fucking Sun Man, man.
After a police pursuit Tuesday. Aaliyah Perez's uncle, Common Council President Jose Perez, blames domestic violence, urging everyone to be vigilant and aware of the signs.
We are committed to the community as we feel this tragedy. We want to continue to help anyone in the same space so that this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Tell your daughter don't grow up to date Sun Man.
I got bad news for you. It's going to keep happening.
That's what she gets. So
she's dating. He's a thug, man. You look at his eyes. He's a thug,
well,
man.
The Bible says no interracial dating, and people start doing it. You got to blame Martin Luther King for this situation.
Yeah, give me another city, man.
Is there anything like Thug Love, though? You know? Is there anything better?
Nah, Thug Love is the best.
It's like having an extra 2 inches of wiener.
Living with you, and you know you miss my thug and my thug and my thug love. And I know you're getting bored.
That was a hit, too. That's Starro Bobby Brown.
Yeah, yep. Thug Love. I need a soldier.
You heard Beyonce.
I need a soldier. Let me see. let's see. Lexington, Kentucky. Woo! Lexington. That's a little hole in the wall town, man. Let's see. I'm hoping the sun ain't shining down there, man. Yeah, that's a college town, man. Come on, son. Son, go away. Come back another day, man.
No, you saw how Louisville doing this year. I think they still on top.
Shit. Let's see, man.
Des Moines, Iowa. They probably got a lot of killing.
Nah.
Today, the ACLU of Kentucky and several other organizations came together for a pep rally at the state capitol in support of the Crown Act. The Crown Act is a bill that was first brought about in the U.S. in 2020 that would protect against discrimination because of your hairstyle. LEX 18's Rachel Richardson was at the rally hearing from people about why this bill's so important to them.
Today, the steps of the state capitol were filled with supporters of the Crown Act, which would stop discrimination based on hair types and styles at work and in schools. One group of students says they're proud to be a part of this crowd.
It means that there's no stopping us. We are going to pass these laws whenever they like it or not.
The ACLU of Kentucky joined several other organizations in the rotunda to educate and raise awareness about the bill, which passed through the committee last year. Now they're working to see it go all the way through.
Oh God, these black people. Have any of y'all ever seen at a job where a black person's been told by a white person, "Hey man, your hairstyle's a problem. Get the fuck out of here."
Well, no, I have. But if I was a glider, I would say take my goddamn hair off too.
You seen it? You seen black people discriminated about their hair in the workplace?
I have. I've seen women wearing 30-inch weaves and trying to work a blue-collar job.
So what happened? How were they discriminated against? Tell us the story.
Said, take that goddamn white man's wig off. How are you going to get fired? I've seen it.
Oh, really?
That's a safety hazard, though.
Exactly.
You talking about like if they're working in the food industry and they got
that type shit.
Oh, that or it gets sucked. It gets caught up in a gear and it rips your fucking face off.
Yeah, that's not discrimination. I'm talking about like discrimination. Have you ever seen anybody discriminated against? Not safety hazards, but like just discriminated against.
Never. The black women keep the hair industry alive.
I've never seen that. All this discrimination in 45 years, I haven't seen it one bit. I've seen sisters come in. Some sisters change their hairstyle every other day.
Every other day.
And it's like I just don't know how I've been able to go this long and never see it. But there's fucking all these people. Look at what they have an organization in Kentucky. Just for Kentucky, they have their own organization doing this shit.
One of the small.
They do have the odd case of the Sun Man in, say, a job where he has to, liaise with the customer and dress nice and that kind of thing, and the weaves get in the way with that of people wanting to trust them. Nobody wants to trust them, and they say, "Yeah, you can't do that."
No. I just have it. Chat, have you guys seen this? I wonder what the chat has to say about that. Hit one if you've seen this stuff, man. And please come up and tell us, man, because I've never seen any remote semblance or indication of some men being discriminated against because of their hair.
I've only seen some women get fired in my lifetime for not wearing the 30-inch weave no more.
Yeah, can we talk about this guy and his My Little Pony megaphone?
Yo, they got people at my job with afros, low haircuts where they brush it, long dreads, 30-inch weave, blue weave, everything you can imagine. And look, I bartended corporate events, and we talking about servers, for politicians and stuff. And I'm dead serious.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't.
It's embarrassing, man.
It's just amazing to me, like the things that some people choose to get amped about. It's like always in the wrong direction or a total waste of time.
Meanwhile,
burger.
there's murder. I'm talking about like out of control.
Or your city's infrastructure's crumbling. There's dead people everywhere, drugs, whatever it is. And this is the shit that you're amped about screaming on the Capitol building.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Be a part of this crowd.
It means that there's no stopping us. We are going to pass these laws whenever they like it or not.
The ACLU of Kentucky joined several other organizations in the rotunda to educate and raise awareness about the bill, which passed through the committee last year. Now they're working to see it go all the way through. The executive director and founder of the Miss Black Kentucky USA Scholarship Pageant says this act is an opportunity to reevaluate limited ideas of beauty.
You know, I think it's really unfortunate that we even have to have something like the Crown Act to have the world embrace everyone for who they are and the way they look, the way that God made them. So it's very, very empowering, I think, for Black women especially.
Behind the crown of the current Miss Black USA Kentucky, Ariel Thompson, is a story about a painful experience she had sharing her natural hair.
So I walked into work and I saw a packet on my desk with the highlighted portion about cleanliness and neatness of your hair and wardrobe not being an option for the workplace, and it was mandatory. And I asked my coworkers, well, did anybody else get this? And they all said no. And that's when I realized what was happening. And it really hurt me because that was the first time I decided to wear my natural hair in that setting.
She explains when
Bitch put a fucking food cap on. She worked at a restaurant probably.
Smash.
Hell yeah. And I'm coming back for more. Seconds, thirds, fourths.
Too skinny.
Shit.
The reason nobody else got the packet is nobody else needed to get the packet. They already knew to be professional and have their hair
There's
back.
hair
and all that
policy
kind
at
of
every job. Like what the fuck?
Oh, you know though, if a some person has to do something, everybody else has to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely the way it works, man. If everyone else, that's why if they would have made everybody else change, all they would have had to do is put that notification on everybody's desk and she would have been fine, even if it was just for her. And those people are dumb for not knowing that. They should have known that, look, man, this black girl got her fucking hair all over the place. Whatever job this shit is uncleanly for. Let's make sure we tell every single person. I'm talking about in the warehouse, in HR, people who work in the field, people who satellite, sit
Fucking clean lady.
thing, and we'll be covered. That's how you got to do it with some people. Because that's like she said, she was hurt because the other white people didn't get it, and Ritos didn't get it.
She had sharing her natural hair.
So I walked into work and I saw a packet on my desk with the highlighted portion about cleanliness and neatness of your hair and wardrobe not being an option for the workplace, and it was mandatory. And I asked my coworkers, well, did anybody else get this? And they all said no. And that's when I realized what was happening. And it really hurt me because that was the first time I decided to wear my natural hair in that setting.
She explains when small and large voices come together, that's when change happens. She says it's important for people to feel comfortable being who they are.
It takes a lot of courage to step into your own self as a Black woman or a Black person in these corporate spaces, deciding to wear your natural hair and be true to yourself. You don't always know how it's going to be perceived. But I always say that being true to yourself is more important than conforming, because even if people don't agree the first time around, then the longer you decide to be yourself, you'll see that change eventually comes.
Now, bill sponsors.
How much you want to bet there's more to the story? Like, that was like the fourth or fifth time she'd been warned that she needed to do something with her hair. And that's why it was on her desk with it highlighted.
She was a beauty pageant fucking person. Bitch, 2 weeks ago you were working at Hot Dog on a Stick. Put the fucking hairnet on.
I'm 90% sure she was in the food industry or the like hospitality industry.
Yeah, whatever she was doing, that's not the whole story.
90% sure it was food though involved. That's the only time people make you put your hair back.
Well, some special guest speakers visited Frederick Douglass High School today. A panel of 5 Black men and women shared their experiences with education during segregation and desegregation in America.
They spoke to an auditorium full of students and spoke to Evening Edition's Angie Bevan. She shares more about the lessons and powerful message.
When asked why she took part today,
I guess it comes from the heart.
Helen Case Wade hopes she is making an impact.
We've made some change, but not enough. And that's why I think all of us were here.
All of them being the 5 panelists who answered questions and shared some of their experiences with a room full of high school students.
And they always told me, you can go and strive to be what you want to be, but you might run into some headaches.
In 1955, at 16 years old, Wade was the first student to integrate Fayette County Public Schools. She then started college at UK, an experience she says nearly broke her. She finished college at Kentucky State and then had a long career as a teacher.
They have an opportunity. They don't have to face some of the problems that we did.
Well, I don't think I'll ever experience something, that shocking in my life and my education.
Dominique Higgins is a senior and part of the Black Student Union, the group who organized the event.
I feel a lot of emotions hearing all their stories, and it makes me grateful, very humble to be here today. Time has changed, but to know that my people have come from a struggle to where now they walk so we could run.
She'll be headed to college in the fall, and she hopes to eventually be seen as a leader like the ones she listened to today.
I know that one day I'll mean something to someone like they mean something to me today.
In Lexington, Angie Bevan.
Too much positivity in Lexington, man. Let's go to the
Jesus Christ. These people are fucking annoying. Like, God.
And they will wreak havoc in all levels of society through their adult lives.
Yeah, they just,
for real.
Yeah, they just make a lot of problems. A lot of this shit is the Crown Act. That shit, none of that shit brings anything to the table as
There's
far as
no job development, no innovation, no product, nothing.
No, but look, you haven't seen no summit incidents lessons. It's a great place to live. Why are they fucking complaining?
Yeah, it's just.
Heart and vascular disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, but it disproportionately impacts some people more than others.
Black women are more likely to suffer from heart disease and
Is
less
it
likely
some
to get the care they need.
14%.
Run that back. Son, people. I'm fucked up high as hell.
Fortunately impacts some people more than others.
Black women are more likely to suffer from heart disease and less likely to get the care they need to prevent and treat it.
LAX 18 In-Depth reporter Christiana Ford explains how a group of ladies in red are dedicating time and service to bring the attention to the issue.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, killing one woman about every 80 seconds. But those numbers are even more alarming for Black women.
June 2021, Yvonne Griffin's busy life changed forever.
Other things that just kind of took on a whole different life of its own.
After battling high blood pressure for years, Griffin had a massive stroke.
My life changed dramatically.
Griffin lost feeling on her entire left side. Her once busy life as a mom, attorney, and president of her local sorority chapter put on pause, replaced with a new fight from inside her hospital room.
I was in there for a month where I learned to walk again. I had speech therapy. I did occupational therapy.
Griffin is among the 50% of Black women over the age of 20 in the United States that have some type of heart disease.
Isn't that diet? Is this the racism or diet?
Exactly.
Well, they'd say the diet itself is racism.
It is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Everything.
Isn't about 70% of Black women over the age of 20 are overweight or
I believe
obese?
that.
But they think they're overweight because of white people.
Wait a minute. What you decide to put in your mouth is racism?
Yes, because of what food you have access to is because of white supremacy.
The gliders invented Popeyes and McDonald's. It's your fault.
I'm vegan and I can't find what I need in the stores in my neighborhood because people in my neighborhood don't eat that shit and there's no demand for it. There's a demand for chicken and pizza and cheesesteaks, though.
Man, these bitches are lazy, man. Don't give me no excuses.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, there's no demand for the good shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not there. They know they're not gonna be able to sell it. They gotta sell bullshit because they know what people eat.
And the store and the Whole Foods are leaving. The Whole Foods are leaving those tables because they're stealing.
No one's shopping there, and they're
No
robbing.
stealing.
Not for nothing, but vegan's an old Indian word. It means shitty hunter.
They're stealing. They're robbing people in the parking lots. They're vandalizing the buildings. It's not a charity.
We're not shopping there. We go to Food for Less. We go to Jack in the Box.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Just think, Ak, though, about every single news agency in this country is pandering to Sun people nonstop.
Why do you think that, though, as a glider?
Because that is the culturally accepted stance to have now.
We have no political power, though. That's the cool part about it.
You don't think you have any political power?
We only have 10% of the Democratic vote. That's it.
Y'all have all the political power.
How?
You have 10% of the vote, and then you affect about 90% of the glider women and the liberal
Why
men.
are they conforming to us, though? That's the problem.
You have the highest moral authority because you are the biggest victim of society.
And you got an army of white liberals on your team.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. Army, a huge army.
You're at the top of the victim pyramid. That's why your voice has the most weight. This is typical. This is typical Bolshevik communist revolution shit.
No, it's so the reason why they pander to black people is because black people, if that vote shifts to be 60-40, Democrats are done.
Man.
They get 90%, 95% of the black vote, even though they're 10% of the population. If that vote goes 50-50, that's like 3 percentage points, which is most of your elections.
Man.
They're done. So they pander to this group because they want to keep them at 90 plus. That's a hard thing to do unless the entire media is involved in this.
Yo, they changing the nationality of cartoon characters and images in the newspaper and characters on candy bars.
Oh my God, this shit is crazy.
I mean, it's literally every single institution in society. It cannot stop pandering to black people.
Let me show you this. Let me show you this one, man. This is my point exactly. Salute the mayor.
Like, I hate when people talk about black women being obese. I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. We're moving, we're taking care of kids, but our food quality suffers. We are living in the Trump era.
What?
And look, those policies kill our people. You can't get access to good health care, good insurance. The research says that black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose
the fuck out,
even when we're following the diet than our white women counterparts. And what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
I don't think I've ever heard anything crazier than that.
Well,
that's normal. That's normal talk, though.
No, that's over the line crazy.
No,
right
that's
there.
over the line.
Well, and the 50 things that you sneak in between your meals where you're actually following the diet.
Well, this is not. I would say this in professorial, intellectual, black intellectual circles. This is normal.
Yeah, exactly. This is your black intelligentsia, right? These are the people that would be running the country if gliders weren't, pseudo running the country right now. Like, these are the people that would be controlling every sort of moving mechanism, like Department of Energy, Interior, Homeland Security. These are the people that run that stuff. Dang. This is why every sun country turns into an absolute shithole.
Yeah.
No, it's always been a shithole, though. We don't know about government. We're a barter system nation.
Yeah, you can't fix that though, right there. That right there, gliders. You cannot find your way out of that. You're done. It's a wrap, finito.
Can I ask you what city are you from, F? Purple
Who?
guy?
Oh.
The glider with the F.
I'm not saying.
Know which region at least.
I'm still not saying.
Damn.
He's about to get fired.
That's a fear of sun people right there.
He's in New York.
Wow.
It's New York and San Francisco.
Damn. This is let's see, man. Yeah, this I'm not seeing a lot of sun
Lexington is a great
violence.
place to live.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems like a very great place to live, man. It's not a lot of yeah. You know, very great place to live. So shout out to Lexington. Give me another city, man.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas, I guess.
Let me see what the chat's talking about, man. Yeah, this is just fucking crazy, man. You gliders are so fucked. I feel bad. It gets to the point. You ever see somebody getting like picked on, and you just start feeling bad for them, and you want to beat up. You want to beat up the person that's picking on them.
Yep.
It's like.
Well, I mean, the thing to think about though is like once we're gone, who's gonna be your nanny?
You're not gonna be on though.
Fucking tigers.
Do you think they're gonna be your nanny, or are they gonna put the boot on your face?
They're gonna be our nanny, but they're gonna be fucking the hand that rocks the cradle type nanny.
I think they're gonna be more of the let's delete all of you mentality.
You ever do Oakland?
Yeah, we
No,
do
that's
Oakland.
easy. Yeah,
But you know how they do the
Oakland.
you know how they do the Uyghurs. They probably do us like they do the Uyghurs.
The gliders.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be nothing. There ain't gonna be no programs. There ain't gonna be no heart disease segments.
There's gonna be fences.
Yeah, there's gonna be fences and a whole lot of
machine guns.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be plenty of programs.
When Oakland came together.
Yeah.
Oakland.
Oakland's easy though.
It is.
When Oakland
That's
came
the
together
worst city
again
in
today to call
California.
for the rehiring of fired Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong. And as KTV's Jesse Gary reports, relatives of homicide victims say today they fear the killings in Oakland will only worsen with no leadership at OPD.
Saturday in a community center in Oakland,
You got black people out here protesting to bring a police chief back. This shows you the tribalism that you can't fix, gliders. They would never support a police. They hate the police. They're always railing against the police.
Yeah.
If a police officer kills somebody in fucking Maine, a black guy in Maine, they'll protest. But this case, because it was a non-black mayor, she's a tiger. The mayor's a tiger. Fired the black police chief. Now all the black people are out protesting.
And this got staying power because this was 3 weeks ago. This started, and they're still going at it.
I live out here. I know.
You can't fix that type of tribalism though. That's the type of tribalism where, like, either way, they'll argue both points. They'll argue the affirmative and the negative of the point. That's a gliders on tribal like that.
They vote for the best candidate.
Yeah, they'll just
Leave it alone.
Yeah, like they wouldn't have done it. Some people are like, we hate y'all. We love y'all, but we hate y'all. So it's like anything we think y'all are gonna get something over on us, we're gonna fucking burn you.
When Oakland came together again today to call for the rehiring of fired Oakland Police Chief LaRon Armstrong. And as KTV's Jesse Gary reports, relatives of homicide victims say today they fear the killings in Oakland will only worsen with no leadership at OPD.
Saturday in a community center in Oakland, some members of the community showing their resolve.
We're here to protect our rights. We are citizens as well as anybody else.
Their right is to have a black police chief.
Doc, how dare you insult this beautiful, colorful city?
I know, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. But this is just insane. They're literally protesting to reinstate the police chief.
This is clown world. This is black people protesting to bring a police chief back.
I mean, like I said, this is why their countries always spiral into Haiti.
And 2 months ago, they were protesting against the police chief there because of what was going on there.
Yep. But I'm telling you, if the mayor would have been black who fired him, this would not be a problem.
Their resolve.
We're here to protect our rights. We are citizens as well as anybody else. This has been going on for over a month with no resolve as to what is the vision for our city.
Oakland's crime-fighting future became more nebulous, some say, after LaRon Armstrong was ousted as police chief in February. At the time, Mayor Sheng Tao says she lacked confidence the chief could continue needed reforms. This after the mayor, citing an internal investigation, accused Armstrong of mishandling an officer misconduct case.
We are outraged because our mayor has not spoken with us. She has not sat down and talked to us.
This is what you could expect if Tigers ruled you. They're not going to sit down and talk with you. She doesn't give a fuck. She's not a glider.
Because you're spending all your money on sneakers and not politics.
This woman does not have the same brain as a glider. Glider brain is different. It's go ahead.
These people have no compassion.
Yeah, none. Zero.
None. They have zero fucks to give.
And the 400 years narrative doesn't work on her either.
Yeah.
Nope.
But
And I'm sorry to cut everybody off. I live in this area.
Yeah.
But the Sun Men and the Gliders voted for her too.
Oh yeah, some men gonna vote for a minority. They're gonna get caught up in the minority way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
she got all the black vote too.
Yeah, I'm sure if she was running against a white person, she gonna get all the votes. Yeah, definitely. But here's the thing: she has no compassion, and she's insanely shrewd. Like she's shrewd.
And she struck out against police corruption. And that's what they're bitching about.
That's the only reason, Mayo. Mayo hit it right on the head.
That's insane.
That's what black people are supposed to be. Better training. They need better training. They need body cameras.
They need to get rid of the bad ones.
Yeah, exactly.
She tried to do that. Now they're throwing a fit about it.
But she's getting rid of a bad black one.
Officer misconduct case.
We are outraged because our mayor has not spoken with us. She has not sat down and talked to us.
At a midday news conference, dozens of speakers, one by one, extolling Armstrong's virtue as a man and a chief.
Reinstate Chief Armstrong because he cares about this community. He cares about us.
Now, that man was at crime scenes supporting victims, families, and stuff because he's family.
Chief LaRon Armstrong, who had a heart and a compassion for the city.
Because he is me. And I am him.
There's no peace and closure because the Oakland Police Department does not have the leadership that it needs.
Armstrong is appealing the mayor's action and has not spoken on camera since a press conference days after his firing. In response to Saturday's rally on his behalf, Armstrong issued a statement that reads in part, "I am deeply saddened by the violence that continues to inflict pain and heartache on Oakland's families. I thank them for their support of me and my policies as chief to get justice for victims, reduce violence, and improve public safety in Oakland." We reached out to Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao, but didn't hear back. The organizers of this latest rally say they're planning a community town hall about the issue of rehiring Chief Armstrong, and they say they'll invite the mayor. In Oakland, Jesse Gary, KTVU.
Joining us this Saturday, I'm Christina Rendon. Police officers have already made an arrest in this case, but they want to arrest one more person. They started chasing two people after reports of a robbery in Pleasant Hill. Things escalated in Concord with a police officer firing a gun. They eventually caught up with at least one suspect in the Pittsburgh Bay Point area. KTVU's Alyssa Harrington joins us now live in Pleasant Hill with the latest on this ongoing investigation. Alyssa.
Well,
Well, the Pleasant Hill Police Department is leading this investigation, and at this time, as you mentioned, they have one person in custody, another suspect outstanding. They say that those suspects tried to run police officers over in their car as they attempted to make an arrest. An armed robbery, chase, and police shooting ended with one suspect in custody and 3 crime scenes, one in Bay Point, another in Concord, and a third in Pleasant Hill. In this video, you see officers lead a man in handcuffs to the back of a...
Come on, Ak, you already know what time it is. It's
No, I
California.
mean, this is the suburbs, man. This is not Oakland, man. This is the suburbs.
No, it's so close to Oakland. That's what people don't realize about the Bay Area. All these suburbs.
Pleasant Hill is 1.73%.
It's only 15 minutes away from Oakland, though.
It's one.
But they got money, so they are a target.
Yeah, they're hunting out there. They're hunting in those. That's their hunting grounds. Golly, man. The freshman, salute the freshman. He says Tigers has exacting standards which gliders are willing to overlook, but not Tiger. That's true. That's true. Like if a Tiger sets his mind to something, he won't stop until he accomplishes that thing.
They will kill themselves if they break their own rules. Like they love them some fucking rules.
Asian countries do have the highest suicide rates, though.
No, and they have the highest scores on tests. Like any test, any test, and we're talking about every single. There's not a test where they don't do the best on.
So I'm telling you, like some people don't understand what exactly they're asking for when they poo-poo on gliders. Like they should be loving gliders and telling gliders to take over everything.
No, we do love y'all though.
I know, but not really though. Not like you.
Love hate. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It'll take a whole show for us to flesh that out.
Yeah, we have to have a special on that one.
But we love what they do for us, but we hate their spirit. We hate their soul. We hate their essence. But we love the fact that America, like electricity.
Yeah, you get the benefit from all the stuff, but you have to live with the fact that we did it and you didn't.
Exactly.
Robbery, chase, and police shooting ended with one suspect in custody and 3 crime scenes, one in Bay Point, another in Concord, and a third in Pleasant Hill. In this video, you see officers lead a man in handcuffs to the back of a police car. The arrest was made at the Oak Hills Shopping Center in the Pittsburgh Bay Point area. The suspect vehicle had at least 2 bullet holes on the driver's side of the vehicle. This all started about 10 miles away in Pleasant Hill around 3:30 in the afternoon when police received a call that a Verizon store on Contra Costa Boulevard had been robbed.
2 suspects were reported as entering the business, threatening to have a firearm and stealing numerous cell phones from the actual retail store.
Scott Vermillion, the interim chief with the Pleasant Hill Police Department, said officers located the suspect vehicle in Concord along Harrison Street and Concord Avenue. He said 2 officers walked toward the suspect vehicle when the driver hit the gas.
When the officers tried to detain the suspect, one fled on foot from the car. The other one, the driver, drove the vehicle at the officer.
The officer could have fired on him. How many times have we seen that where they say the vehicle was a weapon, so they fired on the vehicle?
Most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. It could have easily been the fucking thing.
Officer then fired 2 shots at the vehicle.
He did fire 2 shots. Okay, so he did.
When the officers tried to detain the suspect, one fled on foot from the car. The other one, the driver, drove the vehicle at the officer. The officer then fired 2 shots at the vehicle as it drove at him.
The car was hit twice. Vermillion said neither occupant was hit by gunfire. Concord police then chased the suspect vehicle and arrested the driver in Bay Point. Back in Concord, police set up a perimeter. They closed Harrison Street at Concord Avenue, as well as surrounding streets while they searched for the passenger. That suspect ran from the vehicle and was last seen on Harrison.
On the path where the suspect on foot fled, there has been a firearm that is seen and is being held. This time, we don't know if it's a real firearm or if it's possibly a replica.
Now, the suspect police are still searching for has been described as a woman in her mid-20s or 30s, 5 foot 5 inches tall, at least 200 pounds with long braided hair.
Damn!
I was going to ask when they're going to give us the race, but never mind.
How did she run?
They just described Nell Carter, yo.
Right. Yeah, man.
Damn.
Golly, man.
Was she hiding a dumpster?
Like, yo, what the fuck, man? My God, these places are
Kamala.
We'll be here all night if you want to stay in the Bay Area, though, for sure.
Oh man.
Now Sharquisha.
5 foot and over 200 pounds, man. If she was a foot taller, she'd be round.
Yeah, man.
She a whole rectangle.
Combine.
Man. Let's just do this one and then.
And yet we have to hear about how
Oakland police have
people are starving, can't get enough food.
And that it's racist that they suffer from heart disease more than other people.
Oakland police have a warning about a dangerous trend. They say there have been 5 armed robberies at ATMs in recent weeks, and we learned of another armed robbery today just outside a bank. KTVU's Amber Lee is live in Oakland after talking to the victim who was confronted in a busy commercial area. Amber.
Greg, the victim tells me he's shocked by what happened. He says he goes to the bank often to make deposits for his employer, but this has never happened before.
I'm just shaky because I'm still kind of stressed out.
Will Rodriguez is visibly shaken when I spoke with him shortly after he was robbed at gunpoint. It happened outside a bank in Oakland's busy Lakeshore district Friday about 3:20 in the afternoon.
They came up behind me, put their arm around my neck, put a gun to the back of my head, and were like, "Give me the bag, give me the bag."
Rodriguez tells me he was just steps from going into the bank to make a deposit for his employer when the thieves confronted him.
And then another guy got out of the car with an assault rifle and was like, "Give me the bag, give me the bag." And so I just gave it to him, and then they jumped back in their car and drove off.
Rodriguez says he first saw the thieves as he was walking towards the bank. They were sitting in a silver Mercedes 4-door sedan with all blacked out windows. What do you think made them target you?
I think they just saw the black deposit bag, because normally I keep it tucked in, for safety. But as I got to right here, I pulled it out so I could walk into the bank with it.
Police have a warning. They say since mid-February, there have been 5 armed robberies at ATMs and that the trend appears to be continuing. In each robbery, someone using an ATM was approached by 1 or more thieves and robbed at gunpoint.
It's dangerous times right now. People are getting robbed. There's a lot of people who have and a lot of people who have not. And they have not, sir.
Oh no, these fucking not have not you. These fucking people are more white glider women are irredeemable at this point.
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm right then? I've been right this whole time?
No, you are. Haves and have nots. The guy who fucking stuck the gun in your face has fucking 10 times as much as you do from robbing other people.
And he's driving a fucking Mercedes.
Tell it out, Mayo. Tell him.
And if he
gets running a fucking Benz.
If he gets caught, he'll be out the next day. Like, what the fuck is she talking about? The haves and have now. He's got way more than you. He can accuse you of being a racist right now. You never work in this town again to fucking take your pension.
Glider women have always been compassionate and all that kind of stuff, and they need to be protected from themselves. But nowadays, men won't do that.
Yeah.
Why should they?
Ain't fucking slap him in the mouth again no more.
Oh shit. Dude, I think if this shit were to happen today, I think we would rethink the woman vote thing.
Oh yeah, suffer.
Yeah.
You will suffer.
It's dangerous times right now. People are getting robbed. There's a lot of people who have and a lot of people who have not. And they have not, sir, trying to get theirs.
Police say on Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon, a woman had just finished her transaction at an ATM on the 3400 block of busy Fruitvale Avenue when 2 armed thieves approached and robbed her. They left the scene in a waiting vehicle. Police say this was the 3rd such robbery in this area in recent weeks.
It's scary. It makes you worried. Definitely puts you on edge when you're around banks and stuff. You really try to be...
Well, what?
You think?
You almost said it.
Such robbery in this area in recent weeks.
It's scary. It makes you worried. Definitely puts you on edge when you're around banks and stuff. You really try to be as careful as possible.
Just looking over my shoulder and seeing a gun being held in my head was terrifying.
Rodriguez says he's grateful he wasn't hurt or worse.
I'm really shaken up. I'm not going back to work. That's for sure. I'm going to go home and try to just relax.
Rodriguez
He's got to go home and count that fucking money.
involved in today's robbery. Two approached him and
With Pookie and Ray Ray, his neighbors.
He says they wore all black clothing and face coverings. He estimates that they got away with about $1,000.
Ninjas.
Yeah, definitely, man. Jesus Christ, man. Oh,
Robbed at 320 for some 420.
Yeah.
Let's do one more, man.
A carjacking suspect opens fire on the police during a terrifying high-speed pursuit.
Driving a stolen Ford pickup truck, the armed suspect hit speeds of 125 miles an hour before finally crashing into a light pole. And then
every city has this fucking story every day.
And he tries to get away on foot. He then tries to carjack another vehicle, but is quickly tackled by police. The uncooperative suspect is then hogtied, gagged, and handcuffed and carried.
He better not be black.
There's your lawsuit. Well, this story's fucked.
He better not be black.
He then tries to carjack another vehicle, but is quickly tackled
he
by
ripped him up
police.
like a burrito.
The uncooperative suspect is then hogtied, gagged, and handcuffed and carried to a waiting patrol car.
Let's go to Chris Wolf. He's live in Harbor City tonight where that chase ended. Chris.
Yeah, that's some burritos.
Yeah, Rick, Cher, this pursuit truly stands out because of the level of violence involved. As you mentioned, speeds exceeding 100 miles an hour, gunfire, and so much more. This is where it all ended in Harbor City. The smashed up truck is still here. But we now know the suspect is believed to be involved in a hit and run in Chino, where authorities first started tracking him. He was injured by gunfire at some point, but is expected to survive. On the run from the law and putting countless lives in danger, a carjacking suspect racing through the streets of Southern California and pausing to fire a high-powered rifle from his perch in the driver's seat is captured on a bystander's dash cam video. Sky 5 was overhead for much of the heart-stopping action and recklessness as the elusive driver reached speeds of more than 100 miles an hour on neighborhood streets, blew through red lights, drove on the wrong side of the road, continually fired his weapon, and approached a group of high school students leaving campus for the weekend, apparently unaware of what was happening around them. We could see bullet holes in the pickup truck's windshield and bullets flying in all directions from inside the cab as the gunman fired through windows and at times rolled down the driver's side window to shoot at law enforcement on his tail. Josh Ross was filling up his truck at a gas station in Corona when he was carjacked. This is where the violence began.
And he said, "Hey, brother, I need that truck." And I still kind of looked at him like, "No, man, you're not getting my truck." And then he popped a round from his automatic rifle, and it just sent just made my heart race. Like, it was so loud. He was screaming, "Where are the keys? Where are the keys?" I'm like, "Bro, they're in there. Like, you figure it out."
The high-speed chase cut through various counties, but it all came to a crashing halt in Harbor City when the carjacking suspect tried to squeeze through a car and a cruiser, but lost control and slammed head-on into a traffic post. He then bailed at the intersection of Western Avenue and 253rd Street.
He's going to run. He's going to run. He does not have the rifle with him.
The man ran up to another pickup truck and tried to force his way into that vehicle, but the driver's door was locked. Finally, the takedown as several deputies pounce on the wanted driver, pinning him to the ground, turning him onto his stomach, cuffing his hands, tying his feet, and putting some kind of gag around his mouth to prevent him from spitting at or biting them. Then he is carried off into custody.
After I come inside to the gas station, I talk to the other witnesses. They're just like, "Dude, you're lucky that you're alive."
Yeah, they're right.
What a situation. We are trying to get more information from sheriff's officials.
Wow. On that note, man, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.
Black and Brown Coalition there.
Good show.
Good night, everybody. Peace out.
Good show, everyone.
Mm.